Oh, ignore the chat being dead. Hold on. Oh god, right. There. There you go, you didn't see that. Oh, hold on. Where's my thing? Where's my thing? We died! Don't worry about it. Hold on. Hold on. Where's my thing? Where's my thing? Where is it? Oh, there you go. You didn't see that. Nyaa! You've been hacked by the powerful and tubular Maine Coon hacker, Chiaki Katsumi, here to steal your data and your heart. Hi. Oh, so Vtuber! Thank you so much for the 5 gifted. Thank you so much for recruiting 5 new members into Nylina. Thank you, thank you. That's right, long time no see. The wolf among us is dead. I thought it was Wolf Among Us. I was staying dead. I had to change the title because I have to make a new thumbnail too. I guess I'll make a new thumbnail once I decide what we're even gonna do. Have you said Chiaki steal my heart twice in a single day? That's crazy. Can't believe Big B dead at the end of the last stream. Crazy. He just, you know, he just died. Oh god, Wolf Among Us. Yes, the Wolf Among Us. He's dead. He's dead, man. I don't know. I don't know. I tried closing OBS. I tried restarting my computer. It just isn't working for some reason. When it's over to another game. What could we even play? I thought I missed you now. The wolf is no longer among us? No. Twice in a day is a good thing. I have spare hearts to be stolen. Even a full restart? I tried a full restart too. Just in the very rare occasion it could work. It doesn't work. It did not work. It did not. No, it did not work. It's the engine, don't worry. This has been the 3rd Telltale game with issues. I thought we were gonna be free. Maybe Resident Evil to keep the horror mystery theme. But we're already playing Resident Evil though. We're already playing Resident Evil in 2 days. So that's why I was like... could play something else. Because we're already doing Resident Evil. And Duck Detective 2 for the detective theme. I don't have the game right now. I guess either swap it with another game we had for this week or Sly or TMS. Sly I would have to put... I'll have to actually plug in my PS5, which I don't have my PS5 plugged in right now. I have my Switch 2. In 2 days and Wednesday? 4 days. 3 days. 3 days. Not on Wednesday. It's on Thursday. It's on Thursday. It's up to you. Be happy regardless of what you pick. But there's nothing wrong with playing a game twice in 1 week. I guess so. But also... I'm not feeling like battling tank controls today. I'm not feeling like actually dealing with tank controls today. Yeah, if you have to move consoles around, I wouldn't worry about it. Yeah, I have to move my PS5 around, and I have to deal with all the cables in my cable jungle. Yeah, Daddy, you want to fight tank controls twice this week? I really don't feel like fighting tank controls. You could swap game and do another game for the game you swap with. I could play TMS, honestly. Because we don't have TMS this week. So, who wouldn't want to drive a tank, Chiaki? Too hard for me. What do you have hooked up right now? Well, whatever's on PC or Switch would work. But I think the only game we got going for Switch right now is TMS. And I do need to make more progress on TMS. Some grinding in TMS doesn't sound bad. Yeah, let me just change the category. I don't know if YouTube categories matter too much. Let me see. I'm just gonna change it just so it doesn't appear on Wolf Among Us. I guess TMS. Yeah, I might just play TMS just because Wolf Among Us is decided to be difficult today. For whatever reason. I was looking forward to Wolf Among Us though. I was like, oh my god, Wolf Among Us. And then Telltale had different plans today. I don't think they matter much. I barely even remember YouTube's categories. Do you think it matters too much? Do you think I'm gonna get someone be like, why are you playing TMS on the Wolf Among Us category? I mean, I'll swap it once the stream ends anyway. Because I will swap the thumbnail and the title. I just had to write something else for the title, just like in case people would be like, where's Wolf Among Us? And I just wrote the Wolf Among Us is dead. So that way I don't get people asking what happened to Wolf Among Us. YouTube has categories? It does, but I don't know if they matter as much as they do in Twitch. Like I said, this has proven that we as Katsunons are the superior species of wolf. I don't think it matters on YouTube. Really? I wasn't sure if it really mattered or not. I'm like, does it matter? I don't know how many people use categories, just because like they're a bit more obtuse to find on YouTube in comparison to like Twitch and stuff. Maybe for stream no, but at least for the VOD, since they do affect the searching. Yeah, I mean, I will definitely swap it after the VOD for sure. Yeah, if this was Twitch, people might care, but 99% of people don't even realize YouTube has categories. YouTube has categories? The Wolf Among Us pulls out a Katsuron-shaped watermelon. That was the wolf that was Among Us. Very scary wolf. I didn't even remember YouTube has categories. I feel most people don't. I usually do try to, like, if I play a game, I put it on the right category. Even if it's a game that I feel like people wouldn't really search for. Because it's like a very obscure game. I would think for the VOD, but not for the stream itself. Yeah, like for the VOD, I will change it. So like, I'm changing like the thumbnail as well and the title. It's not gonna stay as like the Wolf Among Us is dead. Sorry, bud. I just didn't know what to title this. So I was like, what am I supposed to title it? What if people ask and I'm like, you know, I feel this title is very straightforward. You'll be playing the Wolf Among Us next time, I swear. If needed, we can even get you the PlayStation version. I'm gonna look into getting the PlayStation version. Probably, I don't know if I'll... Well, next week, it's not gonna be next week, but probably the week after. The title does get the point across really well. Exactly, it's very straightforward. I don't think almost anyone realizes he has categories because it's almost never important, and people will never even put the wrong one if the right one doesn't exist. Where were you when Wolf Among Us was killed? Where were you? What happened? That's the real question. Asking the real questions. Where were you when the Wolf Among Us died? Oh jeez. Yeah. I contemplated if I'm like, should I play TMS? Cause I'm not... Am I streaming TMS next week? I don't remember. I wrote down like a preliminary like schedule of what I was planning to stream next week, but I might just change my mind. I don't know how there's like VTubers that plan like months in advance, like their schedules, like their regular schedules, not like events. Like I get for events, but like the regular schedules, like I plan until like December of this year, and I'm like, what? Like I would plan like to a certain degree, but I don't think I could plan like that far. If it's not like an event, you know? To be fair, you can catch up in the meantime, Wolf Among Us, for the week after. Yeah. TMS is probably the easiest option, you just have to skip it next week. Do VTubers plan months in advance? Most I see either only do a week or two ahead. All the way to December! There's some that plan months in advance. No, there's that don't plan at all. Others are just like, we ball. You know what? Today, we ball. I mean, I guess today is a we ball type of day because I did have a plan, but that plan just went up in flames. So, yeah. I guess today is a we ball type of day. Meanwhile, the other streamers I watch don't even plan what they're gonna do when they hate go live. Today has to be a we ball moment. So it seems that today is gonna be a we ball type of moment. I don't know. I'm not really the type of person that... Well, I say that, but I think I do have my moments where I'm like, you know what? We ball. We ball. I just realized it's no longer Chiaki's birthday. I mean, it isn't. It's already March. 2 days into March. 2 days now. Kind of crazy to think about if you think about it. I just realized that you guys are gonna lose the entire Hunger Games, the entire, like, Hunger Games rant that I went on the past stream. Oops, it's gonna disappear. My 56-minute stream, goodbye. You no longer are gonna have that Hunger Games rant? It's gonna get Thanos snapped. You no, don't delete it. I mean, there's no point in keeping it. You definitely do have your guns a-blazing we ball moments sometimes. Also, Warren, thank you so much for being a member of Nylena for 10 months. Thank you, thank you. No, I was downloading it. Not unless someone clips it. I mean, still gonna get deleted. We need the rant, Chiaki. It's a national treasure. What Hunger Games Yap? I forgot already. Exactly. Chiaki lost media? We need to keep the rant for prosperity. Why? You could just rename it and keep it, no? There isn't really a point, though. Just rename it to Chiaki rants about the Hunger Games for 56 minutes! Oh god, no. I don't really want to keep it, though. If you want to download it, you could download it now, I guess. You could be a Pokemon, which one would you be? I don't know. Honestly. Some sort of feline. But I don't know which one I would be in particular. What run? Exactly. Don't worry about it. Many years from now, there will be threads made to find the hidden lore Chiaki Hunger Games rant. Just consider it as an unplanned satsu. This is so sad. We're losing important Chiaki lore, like her ranting about the Hunger Games and her talking about Twilight Mordecai. I don't think people need that. At least until tomorrow. You want me to keep this until tomorrow? So about that. Excited to watch you play this. I love this game. So if you read the title, you can probably guess what happened. So the Wolf Among Us died. I'm so sorry to inform you that the Wolf Among Us decided to die today. And the game kept crashing, so I couldn't get the game to open. I'm so sorry. So maybe the title isn't as self-explanatory, man. I thought it was. Are you gonna try Fire Red or Leaf Green at some point? Maybe Leaf Green. The Wolf Among Us died. The wolf is not among us. It died. And since this is a new stream, does that mean we get an extra hour of Satsu? Is that how that works? Is that how that works? Oh man, the wolf was not among us, no. He was not. I thought the title would have gotten that across. I'm so sorry, Kavinsky. I did that. It was the intended plan of the day. But it crashed when launching? Yep, it crashed while launching. I couldn't get it to launch for some reason. Even though it worked last time just fine. So I don't know what happened today. That the game would just not launch. It would crash upon launching. And I tried everything. I tried reinstalling, I tried verifying files, and nope. Turning off Steam Overlay? I don't have Steam Overlay on. I turned it off like forever ago. Because some other game had issues with it. But I don't have Steam overlay on, so it's not that. The game didn't want to cooperate? Yeah. It just didn't want to cooperate for whatever reason. It just seems like I'm kind of cursed with Telltale games, that it's always either the second time or the first time they start having issues. Wallace and Gromit had audio issues as well. And now this game, the second time I wanted to play it, it crashed. And The Walking Dead had the same issue as well. But with The Walking Dead, I could just buy the newest version. But Wolf Among Us doesn't have that, so... not much I can do there, unfortunately. Other than double dip and just buy it on PlayStation, which is probably what I'm gonna do. It's probably what I'm gonna do. And just play chapter 1 and 2 off stream just to catch up. Telltale really does have a track record for you. I know. What even? What even? Like, I don't know why it keeps happening. It's so weird. It's so odd and peculiar, and I just can't explain. Yeah, that's what happened to the Wolf Among Us. He died. He temporarily vanished. Maybe he'll come back. I mean, I'll make sure he comes back. I'll make sure he comes back eventually. But yeah, at least today, he's kind of dead. I tried as many things I could think of, but it just didn't work. But yeah, I don't know. It's odd. Tis weird. Can't believe Bigby straight up smoked so much and died. I can't believe Bigby died, man. What even? 07 for Bigby. 07 for Bigby. Never forgetty. Spaghetti. I'll never forget his sacrifice. I just saw the tweet, so the game broke? Yeah, game broke. So unfortunately, game broke. Couldn't fix it. You might not have to play episode 1. The thing is, they sold episodes separately from most other games, so I might be able to skip episodes and maybe just answer a few questions. I don't know if they allow this for this one, because I don't think Wolf Among Us sold episodes separately. I think that was just Walking Dead. Because at least, like, with Walking Dead, you can buy the episodes separately, but you can't really do it for Wolf Among Us. You have to buy the entire game. So, I don't know if they did that for Wolf Among Us. I know for Walking Dead they did, but I don't know about this game. I think they didn't do it for this game. Because at least on Steam, when you look up Wolf Among Us, it just shows up the full game. Yeah, I don't know if Wolf Among Us lets you do it now. Yeah, no clue, honestly. Yeah, Wolf Among Us on Steam is just the full game. It's just the full game. They don't really sell the episodes like that. And I can't really test it on PC if they allow me to skip episodes. I think they don't, though. They don't allow you to skip episodes, because I think I remember I didn't have, like, the episode, menu, I think? I'll have to actually look back on the VOD. I didn't have, like, the episode option to kind of just, like, jump into an episode. I think I needed to play it linear. If I remember correctly. So you could say the wolf is no longer among us. No, he's no longer among us. The wolf has left the room. It's a real shame. I love this franchise so much. Yeah, I don't know what happened with it. I don't remember there being an episode option. I don't think there was. Yeah, I think they only started doing that with The Walking Dead onwards. They have a few other games that let you, like, Tales from the Borderlands, but The Walking Dead predates most of those. So that's how it is. Yeah, I think they did the episode separately back then, but they sold it as full packages at some point. Guess Wolf Among Us is one of those exceptions. Yeah, they might have done it for other games, but it doesn't seem like they did it for Wolf Among Us. Like, you can't buy the episodes separately on Steam, like Walking Dead. Since we're the only wolves here, are we the top wolf? I can't believe you guys conspired to take down Bigby just so you could prove you guys were the better wolf. I can't believe this. I can't believe you guys would resort to such underhanded tactics. It was all planned. It was all schemed. I can't believe this. This was all your guys' plan, huh? You schemed to take down the other wolf. A win's a win. Just so now it's finally able to join earlier than usual. Yeah, it didn't work out. All I heard is we are the wolf. Rubs hands together. Yeah, just check the last stream. You only had to play extra, save setting, and exit. No chapter select. Yeah, so I guess I do have to play it linear then. What can I say? We're pretty slick masterminds. I can't believe you guys would resort to such underhanded tactics. What was the meme? Do you know that your actions have consequences? Or something like that. I can't believe this. I can't believe this. Ooh. Oh god, apparently they leaked out how Ethan Winters looks like in Resident Evil. Because I think his face was obscured in the games. Interesting. I couldn't stand for Chiaki loving another wolf, then it wasn't us. So we got rid of the competition? Definitely heard that, but forgot what meme is it from. I don't remember the meme, but I just remember like seeing it like, do you not know that your actions have consequences? He was like on a very high-pitched voice as well. But I don't remember which meme it was. Do you not realize that your actions have consequences? Who? I don't know. I don't know the context. When will you learn? Oh, that's the meme. Okay, let me see. When would you learn that your actions have consequences? Can I find it? When will you learn that your actions have consequences? Is it from Adventure Time? No. I don't think it's from Adventure Time. Okay, I think I found it. I'm gonna mute it so like you guys don't hear it in my speakers. I think it's this one. I think it's this one. I think it's this one. Pretty sure that me was kid criticizing the Sonic fandom. Was it? It was this one. Yeah, that's the one, yeah. Oh god. Yeah, I found it. I found the meme. Yeah, it was this one that I was thinking about. I don't remember. I think it's because I saw like an edit of a video and someone used that meme and that's how I knew about it. The voice goes so high. His voice goes really high. It goes really, really high, but it's really funny. Oh god. It's really funny though. Oh, that one. Yeah, that's the one that I was thinking of. Isn't that the one? I have Jesus and anime on my sidekick. Wait, is that who he is? I don't know. I don't know if that's him. I love the energy he gives. Oh god, his energy. What's the rant even about? I don't know. I don't know the context of this. I only saw it on like a video edit one time, and I just thought it was really funny. And I looked at the original, and it was this one. Oh no, it's not the same one. Oh, so it's a different one. But yeah, just that meme. Oh god, I don't know the context behind it, but I think it's funny. No, that's a completely different kid. I know there's that one. There's like the kid that talks about like having a dream or something and he keeps like repeating himself. But I don't remember how it goes exactly. Actions have consequences. Katsuron will be remembering that. Not the telltale, though. They will remember that. Anything but that. Anything but the X will remember that. They ever had a dream one? Yeah, they ever had a dream. Oh god. Yeah, they ever had a dream one's also pretty funny. Oh man. Oh man, yo man, yo man. I know this is unrelated, but like I started thinking that I kind of want ice cream. It's very unrelated. It kind of just came to me. I was thinking about the memes, and then my brain went like, I kind of want ice cream right now. Pretty sure the god anime on my sidekick was Ravine. Why is it? Yeah, the ice cream. I have ice cream on the freezer, but it's frozen. I'm gonna have to put it on the microwave. Listen, like if I try to get ice cream from the ice cream tub, it's like frozen solid. So I would need to put it on the microwave. What kind of ice cream? It's caramel with like chocolate, I believe. Like it has chocolate bits. It's not like chocolate ice cream, but it has like chocolate bits. It's been a while since I've had any ice cream, now that I think about it. Get yourself some ice cream. Isn't the appeal of ice cream that's frozen cold? I mean, not when I can't get it out of like the tub though. Ice cream in the microwave? Listen. Listen. It's so hard to like get it out of like... microwave ice cream. I love caramel. Yeah, it's like frozen stiff. Like I can't get it out of the tub. So like I need to like the only way to do it is like put it in the microwave. I need to put my ice cream in the microwave. Can say I've heard that before. Have you never actually put like when you buy a tub of ice cream, right? And you put it in the freezer and then you try to get it back out, but then you realize it's like frozen solid and you can't get the scoop out. So like what would you do then? Wouldn't you just put it in the microwave? You need one of those ice cream scoops that self-heats the scoop? Wait, those exist? Have you guys ever heated up the ice cream to get it unstuck? Exactly! Have you guys ever done that? When the ice cream is so frozen solid that it bends your spoon. Exactly. Or one of those thick ice cream scoops in a bowl of warm water. Never, I just eat the lid as soon as I arrive home. What? I'm sorry to say this, Chiaki, but you'll be getting some chocolate puddles with awful taste if you put it in there. I mean, you don't put it for like... You put it for like 10 seconds or something. Just so like it like melts a little bit so you can use the spoon. I just set it out and wait for it to melt naturally. You actually wait. Can't relate. My ice cream softens very quickly, so I only have to wait for 1 minute. Man, what type of ice cream did you get? I would just wait a bit till it melted some. I just wait a minute or two. Just buy stronger spoons. No, you just get the strongest spoon in the house, put it in hot water, then scoop. Yeah, when the ice cream is so stuck that you can't use a spoon, all you need to do is heat it up in the microwave. See? At least someone gets it. I mean, I've had that happen with milkshakes. I just put it in the fridge or out in the open to let it thaw. Are you microwaving ice cream, Chiaki? Oh, ice cream. It's because sometimes it's like too frozen and like I try to get like a scoop and then it just bends the spoon. So I'm like, I might as well just like, you know, melt it a little bit so I can like, you know, get it out. I heated out the ice cream to get it to melt. I will fight it with my spoon no matter how hard it is. You mean eat it like ice cream soup? Not like eat it like ice cream soup. Well, you guys are assuming that I put it in the microwave for like 5 minutes or something. No. It's only for like 10 seconds to like, you know, melt it a bit faster. So then I can like get a scoop. Yeah, better to heat it a bit so it's not super hard. Exactly. There's also that strat. I could just use a spoon of warm water to unfreeze it. The key for that is to use a warm, hot ice cream spoon. I tried that, but it never works. Patience is a virtue. Ugh. That's the spoon's problem. I still remember the cursed advice on Facebook. Just microwave your spoon. Okay, don't do that. Don't actually do that. Just microwave the ice cream. Chiaki needs stronger spoons. If an ice cream scoop bends, it's trash. Sorry, patience is not a thing when it comes to ice cream. What if I just want to eat the ice cream now? I never put ice cream into the microwave. I didn't know it was a thing, but I feel it would be something my dad would suggest me doing. Is it really just my family that's weird? Because that's like what Katsumama would always tell me. Like, oh, it's too cold. Put it in the microwave for like 10 seconds. And then I just put it in the microwave. But now apparently all you guys are saying it's weird. Hey, the spoon doesn't work. Use your jaw. Oh god, no. Just leave it for a minute. Why have you done this, Chiaki? I'm demoralized. What do you mean? It's because the spoon you're using in the first place is cheap. What? How dare you call my spoon cheap? Microwave the spoon, not the spoon, the ice cream. Chiaki too impatient to wait for ice cream. Maybe you guys have weaker freezers than me because it takes like 10 minutes to thaw enough. Yeah, like it takes so long. You have to leave it for like 20 minutes. And like, I'm not waiting 20 minutes for ice cream. Chiaki, you're right. It's everyone else who's wrong. The best way to thaw the ice is to invent a time machine and use it to move the ice cream a few minutes. Are you microwaving with a carton too? Yeah. I mean, it's only for like 10 seconds. It's not like I put it like a minute. Like, it's not gonna heat up like the actual carton. It's only like 10 seconds, man. Should have put it in the air fryer? Okay, I'm not insane. We'll have our methods. Some are just weirder than others. Ice cream soup is what you're making in the microwave. Every family has their quips. Your family isn't weird, necessarily. I just wait like a minute and it warms up enough. 10 seconds, that's a lot. That's not a lot. The same girl that would kill you with microwave tea. That's not the same. That's not the same. A quality spoon should never bend. But the ice cream is too strong. Oh, so hi, Ming. Yes, in the carton. 20 minutes. Do you have a sub-zero freezer or something? I mean, my freezer is pretty cold. The carton gets soggy and wet. For 10 seconds, it's not gonna get soggy and wet. It's 10 seconds, not 10 minutes. Chiaki, the plastic carton is not microwave safe. What cartons do you have that it gets soggy after 10 seconds? Exactly, it's not gonna get soggy for 10 seconds. Is it an ice cream scoop spoon? Yes, but not even that is enough. It's too frozen. Put the ice cream in the preheated oven, set to 400 degrees. I'm not gonna set it up to 400 degrees. For me, when ice cream overfreezes, I don't even try when it melts. It always tastes horrible. I mean, the taste is still the same, but... I feel like I'm that meme of the guy from Tango being surrounded by swords right now. I feel like that's me. I feel like that's me saying that I put my ice cream in the microwave if it's too frozen. I feel like it's a meme of like Flynn Rider being surrounded by swords and me just saying I put my ice cream in the microwave if it's too frozen and I don't want to wait. Warming tea in microwave is a no, but ice cream in microwave, okay. It's not the same. If anything, put the ice cream under a blanket, it'll heat enough faster. Then the blanket will get all sticky though. What flavor of ice cream you said it was? Something with caramel? It has like chocolate bits and caramel. The best way to thaw the ice cream is to use Phantom's flamethrower. Maybe microwaving isn't so bad. Sometimes when I wait for it to melt, I tend to forget. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. If I wait for it to melt, I'm gonna forget. I'm gonna forget. I'm gonna leave to do something else, and I'm gonna forget. And I'm gonna come back, and it's gonna be actual ice cream soup. Like, I'm gonna leave the kitchen to go do something else, because what am I gonna do? I need to be doing something. I can't just sit there and wait. So, I'm probably gonna, like, go somewhere else and leave. And then, like, be like, oh, wait, I did want an ice cream. And then come back, like, 30 minutes later, and it's gonna be ice cream soup. How is it not the same? It's not the same. I just thawed it in the fridge. But the fridge, it doesn't help that much. We're just saying ice cream is meant to be eaten cold, so heating it makes no sense. I mean, it's... Man, they don't understand me. Gotta take off for the night. Have fun with the rest of the stream, boss and Katsus. Have a good rest of your night, Raps. Thank you for stopping by. Bye. You guys don't get it. A microwave is the correct play. I can't believe that I'm getting judged. I can't believe I really am the Flynn Rider meme. Just getting judged. Oh man, unbelievable. I can't believe this. We got a free milkshake if it's fully melted. It's like applying ice to hot coffee to turn it into iced coffee. Just gotta melt it a little. It's just like melting it a little. I don't... How does microwaving ice cream even work? Does the insides become hot and the outside still frozen? I mean, it's just like the inside part. It's like a little bit like... It doesn't even become warm. It just melts enough that you're able to get a scoop. That's it. It doesn't like liquefy like you guys are thinking. We're not saying you're wrong, boss, but you're wrong, boss. That's... I've heard of fried ice cream. Okay, we're not talking about insanity stuff here. It only heats it enough for it to become unstuck. It doesn't even melt. Exactly! Like, it's just like, it melts enough to like become unstuck, but it doesn't like, you know, become a puddle like you guys keep thinking. You guys think it becomes ice cream soup somehow. And I'm just like, what do you mean? Also, Simakaze, thank you so much for being a member of Nylina. Thank you, thank you. Ice cream in microwave is peak. I can't believe I'm getting judged for my ice cream in the microwave. Fried ice cream is actually super hard frozen ice cream, and it's still frozen after it's battered and fried. How is it weird? It's just efficient. It's efficient! But you guys keep saying it's weird. I can't believe I'm getting judged. They're thinking to nuke the microwave for 3 minutes. Yeah, like I mentioned before, it's just like for a few seconds, but you keep thinking it's like, oh yeah, like 3 minutes. Like, no. Just leaving it outside for a bit in your hand does the same. No, it takes too long. Like, if I leave it outside, it's gonna take forever. And then I'm gonna get bored. I'm gonna get bored of waiting, and I'm gonna leave. And then I'm gonna forget it. And, yeah. Fried ice cream is a thing, but not in a way we think. It's more like a gimmick snack. Heating water in microwave is also efficient. No! Just use a kettle. It's not weird, boss. I do the same thing. My stuff ran out in real time. That's crazy. This whole talk about ice creams reminded me of my 3rd grade science project. What did they have you do in 3rd grade? I didn't say it was weird. I just did say it would be something my dad would likely force me to do. I mean, it's something that, like, Tatsumama always did, and I guess by symbiosis, it, like... I never really questioned it. I was like, okay, I'll do it. And apparently it's weird. Apparently it's weird. And I never really thought it was weird. I was like, oh yeah, that sounds efficient, so I'll do it. But then apparently all you guys are like, wait, what? Does Katsumama also heat her water in the microwave? No, she actually uses the kettle. Like a civilized person would. If I just had to leave it out and wait, I'd rather eat something else. The great Katsuar over microwaving ice cream. Was your science project one of those balls filled with ice cube, salt, and an ice cream base in the back? What kind of project is that? What other microwave-based crimes? Microwave-based crimes? I know people microwave milk to help get to sleep. I didn't really think about microwaving ice cream until today. But boss, if we can melt ice cream into the microwave, why wouldn't you heat your tea with the microwave and no go? Because it's not the same. Why would you drink microwave water? Everyone has their own way they grew up. I used to heat milk in microwave for my milk. Those words, Chiaki. What words? So ice cream is fine, but water's too weird? Yes. You don't microwave water? True, the handmade ice cream. They just don't get it, Chiaki. The Katsus will never understand what we understand. They don't understand efficiency. They rather wait. Microwave-based crimes. I use a microwave for ice cream and water. Microwave water is dangerous. Ice cream isn't to cook. It's just to get it unstuck. It's different. Exactly. It's not the same. Okay, microwave water for my oatmeal. Why? It's faster than the kettle. Also, there are no kettles for just 1 cup. For me, I don't mind microwave water. What bothers me is the taste. The only time I microwave water is if it's part of ramen or something. Wait, you're not supposed to microwave ramen, though. Isn't that like the first thing they tell you? Do not put like the ramen in the microwave. My project was to see what melted faster and first between ice cream and an ice cream in real time. I would take a picture after a certain amount of time. The ice cream won, and I won an honorable mention. Interesting. I'm not boiling my ice cream, just 10 seconds. Exactly, it's 10 seconds. You can superheat water in the microwave, and the moment you put a spoon or something, then it can instantly bubble up. That's insane. You're not? No? Hello? How are you supposed to heat the water inside then? You get a kettle! Like a civilized person would. Different kind of ramen, my bad. I used to nuke my ramen in the microwave! The microplastics! Yeah, but nobody listens to the ramen instructions. You're not. No! It literally says to not put that on the microwave. That's like the one thing they tell you to not do. Don't put it on the microwave. A lot of ramen cup noodles say not to microwave the entire thing, but people do as they please. Who cooks ramen in a kettle? I mean, you're just adding water. It depends on the ramen. There's cup ramen with paper containers that have microwave instructions. I mean, I feel like those are very specific brands, though. It depends on the ramen package. Some are good to microwave it. Obviously, put water inside it. I see my friend microwave instant ramen. I think for the most part, you're not supposed to like microwave that, though. In the stream, Chiaki realizes just how barbaric Katsudons are. So uncivilized. Microfoam. Not the microfoam. Oh, God. But Chiaki, there's paper cups now. My water cooler can give me heated water. I don't need a microwave or a kettle. I mean, I don't think ramen comes in paper cups, though. I don't know what the name of the material is in English, though. What is the name of this in styrofoam? Is it really styrofoam? I don't know if it's styrofoam. You don't like your microplastics a little overheated? No. We just always have to heat it subject. Ah ha 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 ha. You guys act like we're weird for microwaving ice cream and then say this kind of stuff. And then you go around putting your ramen in the microwave. I think it is styrofoam. Styrofoam. Ramen. Yeah. Like the styrofoam ones. Like you're not supposed to like put those in the microwave. So, ohayo. Welcome. There's styrofoam ramen? Yes. Yes, there is. Like the traditional cup noodles, like cup noodles cup, that's styrofoam. Like that's why it's like you don't put that in the microwave. I already confirmed it with the search. It says some cups can be microwaved. I mean, if it's paper cups, yeah, but a lot of cup ramen comes in styrofoam. Ice cream is not supposed to be hot. It's weird to put it in the microwave than water. Yeah, but you're putting styrofoam in the microwave, though. I literally only seen it in the plastic containers. It is the most common material for cup noodles. I remember doing that all the time with ramen in a package, but not the cup. When I get ramen now, rarely. Just use boiled water now. I mean, if it's like the square... Like the square ramen, like the little like bag where you open it and it's just a block. And at that point, you kind of just get a bunch of like... You just get like a big pot and fill it with like water. And then you eat that, I guess. You get your square of ramen. I remember seeing videos of people eating like the little ramen square. They would just take bites out of it, and I looked at that and I was like, ah. And I think that caused me psychic damage. Just eat the block raw. No, don't eat that raw. It caused me psychic damage to see people do that. I do that. Stop it. Have you eaten the ramen squares? Wait, you don't eat it raw? Why are you eating it raw? I do that because it tastes better to use boiled water. You guys are insane. I've tried it once. It's actually awful. Don't do that. You're not supposed to eat it raw. Raw ramen squares are actually good. Oh no. That's what you gotta do when there's no hot water. Just boil water. You have to at least season the block, else it's just like... But it's yummy crunchy. No. No. Ramen squares are tasty. You can eat ramen raw. It's not that bad of a snack. I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to do that. Now that I think about it, microwaving ice cream is similar to what I do with cheese on homemade tacos to melt them. Next, you're gonna tell me you guys are also canned tamales consumers. You can wait for water to boil for ramen, but you can wait for ice cream to slightly thaw. It's different. It's different. It's got the good crunch, not the canned tamales. Next, you're gonna tell me you're canned tamales consumers. You didn't eat a plastic cup? No. Those come canned. Apparently, there's canned tamales. So I never eat any tamales in my life. It's fine as long as you don't eat the canned ones. The sad canned tamales. I never had a canned tamale before. Why must you remind us of the canned tamales? Because you guys are committing food crimes right in front of my eyes. So, I wonder how canned tamales taste like. Sadness. Depression even. I didn't know you can order them canned. People says not to eat raw, but that's just big ramen and big water working together. Still sounds less cursed than bread in a can. How do you even make bread in a can? I've eaten real tamales, and they're great. Well, I may have dabbled in the consumption of canned tamales. I've never eaten a tamale. Then you haven't even dabbed into that then. So eating cheese is a crime. Not that crime. The other food crimes that were mentioned. What about a canned burger? There's canned burgers? I've seen my brother eat the canned tamales before, and they look so sad and gross. There's canned burgers? They exist! Oh, that's nasty. It looks like dog food. Oh, that's disgusting. Burger in a can. Just get an actual burger. There's canned everything. At that point, that looks so nasty. Food crimes. You ever seen an American find out about tamales and I realized they gotta unwrap them? They just eat it with the wrapping? Never had any tamale. A bunch of canned things are sad though, like canned bread and canned potatoes. They exist, unfortunately. Ew, it actually looks like slop. It does. Dog food. Perfect for Katsudon. I heard canned burgers are a crime against humanity. This is the type of food crimes that they warn you in the Bible. In the Bible. What is this? Cheeseburger in a can. That looks depressing. At some point, we need to stop making things and just think about what we've done. The canned burger is one of those. Exactly. Do you not realize that your actions have consequences? The closest canned meat I have is for Sloppy Joes. Dog food looks tasty, okay? Does it though? Slop! Speaking of food crimes, I eat sushi without chopsticks and with lemon juice mixed with oil and salt. I mean, there's people that don't eat sushi with chopsticks, so I don't think it's that common. Yes, al momento. No, I kind of just like saying it like that. I know it's pronounced Bible. I like calling it the Bible. You say it's sad. When the zombie apocalypse comes, we'll be glad it exists. I think I would rather throw that at the zombie. Maybe you'll actually scare it away. Is it an emergency? Or military? Sounds better than nothing. A bibble. A can of wet dog food is somewhat tasty. Dry dog food isn't too salty. Why does it sound like you've actually tried it? Is it common to eat sushi with fork and knife like I do, though? I mean, if you don't know how to use chopsticks... I think the canned burger might kill a zombie. I think it might. I had? Why? Have you tried dog food? No. Why would I? Why would I? I have no reason to do so. Isn't dog food like liver or something? Not always, no. Curious. Curiosity killed the katsu. I learned about these things from watching Stuart Ashton videos. They even have entire chickens in cans. I mean, if they had tuna in can, I can kind of see, like, you know, chicken. But, like, a burger, though? You never wonder what your dog's eating? I mean, I'm not gonna taste it to find out. Chiaki's eating military canned rations. I heard they taste like literal dog food. I haven't really seen those, no. I've had dog treats that taste pretty good. Granted, I work at an animal shelter. Those are for the doggo, it's not for you. I've tried my cat's food. I gotta know what it's like in his book so I can relate to him more. I want to try dog food once. That's what a desperate time. Dog food will probably taste kind of rough. Badoomps. Isn't curiosity killed the cat? No, it's killed the katsu in this case. Why would I eat something like kibble? Exactly. It's meat and cereal, apparently. Sometimes I think of cereal as human dog food. Cat food? Till katsu doesn't embrace their dog-like nature? Oh god, some VTubers have as well as wet cat food. You can guess what happened. I mean, usually they have done that as batsus though, not willingly. Where do Scooby snacks fall on the line between human and dog treats? They're dog treats. But Shaggy's just weird. Always had the funny hee-hee thoughts in my brain. How does dog food taste like? But then the other side of my brain utterly refuses to even consider it. First Big B died and now the katsu. And they both just happen to be wolves. Crazy. Crazy concept, isn't it? Crazy how things happen. But dog food got more protein than pure cooked rice. How would you know that? How would you know that information? But Fred, Velma, and Dabney eat the Scooby snacks sometimes too. I thought it was mostly just Shaggy though. Shaggy's near the level of Super Saiyan Goku, so I would eat Scooby snacks too. Shaggy's an exception. You're not supposed to do that. Is that a threat, Chiaki? Was the title enough for Big Biba for us? I would love eating the real Scooby snacks, because they are in dog food and literal cookies. Any meat has more protein than plain rice. I mean, I don't think rice is supposed to have protein, though. Unless you mix it with something else. You know what I mean? Do you think Big B eats dog food? I don't think so. Or unless times are desperate. I think Fred ate Scooby snacks in some episodes. Rice is protein. I mean, if you mix it with, like, chicken and stuff, yeah, but... on its own? Not really. More protein. It says in the ingredient list of dog food. It's protein for the dog, not for you guys, though. You're not supposed to eat that. I think rice is just all carbs and starch. I mean, if you eat rice on its own, yeah, it is. Rice is made of chicken, not made of chicken. But if you mix it with something else, if you don't eat just plain rice. How about animal innards like liver or brain? Ugh. No, thank you. No, thank you. It just reminds me of like that, there was like this one guy on YouTube that like, he kind of made like an entire diet out of eating like animal liver, and I thought that was really nasty. This has reminded me about the Ultra Instinct Shaggy meme. You know, sometimes you have the hee haha moments, like having thoughts like how delicious Chiaki Hoge tastes like. It's hair! It tastes like hair! If you eat your hair, you would know what that tastes like. So don't eat my hair. Liver scares me. The Liver King? I think that was his name, yeah. I like how all this food talk started from the boss saying I want ice cream? Yeah. Liver is tasty. It looks nasty. Velma, Fred, and Dabney tried a Scooby snack in the live-action Origin movie. I don't acknowledge those. Have you eaten blood cakes? No. But blue hair looks tastier. It just tastes like hair. I don't like internal organs for food. Me neither. It's normal. You don't waste calories. Even Roman soldiers eat animal blood. I mean, I still wouldn't want to eat it though. Sounds like Liver King. The guy used steroids harder than Barry Bonds. That's crazy. Honestly, some liver's not that bad. Pig liver is very iron tasting. I don't... Oh, no. No. I tried liver. It's nasty, squishy, and horrible. It looks nasty. Do you know the animal liver guys was faking it the whole time? Was eating real stuff? Wait, really? He was faking it? Do you still want ice cream? I do, but I don't want to get judged for putting it in the microwave. So maybe I'll just get it after stream. And then I'll wait. Crimes against humanity. Sweden blood soup or blood pudding. There's blood pudding? Why blue if it tastes like hair? Because it's hair! It's my hair! Liver and heart taste good. Oh. Go get microwave soft ice cream. No! It's okay, Chiaki. You have the rights to microwave ice cream. No, I don't want to do it. No, go get it now. Don't let them stop you from getting your ice cream microwave to your heart's content. When you put it like that, I don't want to go. I don't want to get it anymore. I don't want to get it anymore when you put it like that. I don't wanna. I don't wanna. There is blood pudding in supermarkets in Sweden. They even have a big sale, 2 for 1. Why not? I agree with you. That's a good thing. Put the ice cream in the funny metal box. What the caramel? Ooh. Ooh, I don't want to be called out. No. Oh god. Blood pudding. Might as well get your ice cream. I'll keep boiling water in my microwave. Stop. Stop. Unbelievable. You have to Chiaki. You know you want the ice cream. I'll just get it later. Chiaki suddenly isn't hungry. I wonder why. Grilled liver chicken stick is delicious. Chicken brain is very oily and ox tongue. Ugh. Ugh. That sounds less appetizing the more you say it. Pretty sure Bear Grylls eats liver in some episodes of his show. I don't think that sounds very appetizing. Oh god. I don't like eating innards, like animal innards. It's very nasty to me. I remember I tried eating cow guts one time and I hated the taste. I was like, it tastes like you know, like soil. I was like, it tastes like soil. I don't like it. Ew. Like cow innards. I was like, ew. But apparently, like, my family does like it. But this is made of liver. Yeah, it tastes like dirt. Dirt and soil. Trust me, there's a reason I'm vegetarian. Can't even stand the stuff most people eat. That's fair. I'm not picky with food, but I put a stop with certain parts like guts, liver, brain, heart, bugs. Yeah. Even in some places, Egypt, for example, like cow brains. Well, but good for them, but that doesn't mean that I'm gonna eat them. Doesn't mean like I'm gonna eat them. Oil way of making sausages also uses the animal colon. Stop! Yeah, I had a cow intestines before. I did not like the taste. I don't like the taste. I think Jake wants to hear about them eating these things. Yeah, I don't want to hear it. Oh god. I don't want to hear it. Gut taste, man. You got bad first impression. Be open mind. I don't want to eat the innards. And some places eat monkey brain and bugs. That doesn't mean I want to eat it. Exactly. That doesn't mean like I want to eat it. Now I don't want to eat ice cream anymore. I think I'm good. I think I'm good. No, I don't want to eat ice cream anymore. We need a new topic. How about the weather? Oh, now I suddenly don't want ice cream anymore. Congratulations, you successfully killed my my want for ice cream. Are you proud of yourselves? You successfully killed my appetite for ice cream? I would totally like trying the Korean pebbles with sauce. Pebbles? Or Chiaki. Man, I'll take the caramel if you won't eat it. I'll eat it later. I once ate horrors beyond human comprehension's balut, and I hate myself for thinking it was delicious. He was changed by the food. You probably eat it already. They might mix in chicken nuggets or sausage. I mean, I don't really eat chicken nuggets that often, though. Kill the appetite. The one time she wanted ice cream, and now she won't. This is so sad. Nice and warm. Acted like it's gonna rain, but never did in any meaningful way. We have not even touched the idea of octopus ice cream. Stop! I don't know why you guys are so... What's the word? Morbid. With the disgusting food. But you better have ice cream for dinner. I don't want to have ice cream anymore. Moving on, yeah. Morbid. Morbid. That's the word. These are so morbid. I don't know why you keep thinking about like the disgusting foods. Can you think of something like actually like good to eat? Remind me to never ask you for food recommendations. I'll eat my boiled microwave water happily. Just remind me to never ask you for food recommendations. No, 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 no. Times like this, I feel like I'm the only normal person on the planet. What's that supposed to mean? If I wasn't hardened, I would be so grossed out of the whole gross food. I had some really good lemon cakes from work the other day. Steak and beef. Steak is actually good for once. Fish and rice, chicken and rice. I don't like fish, but chicken and rice is fine. I suppose. I'll take that over the other things you guys suggested. Oh, the other foods you guys brought up. I think that's much better. Oh man, oh man. I feel like I need to do something. I'm like sitting here and I'm staring at my monitor. And I'm like... I keep opening tabs on my computer because I need to do something. My brain is like, I need to do something. I don't know what, but something needs to get done. I miss eating fish. And why don't you eat fish? And the only good thing I got from this combo is I need to try canned tamales. Why would you do that to yourself? Why would you do that to yourself? Oh, so that's why you have so many tabs open. Because I need to do something. So I'm just opening tabs and like looking at tabs. I'm just like essentially opening different tabs and like clicking at things. And then it just opens another tab and yeah. It becomes a bunch of tabs open on my PC. Let's put ketchup on mashed potatoes. That's not even weird. Oh god. Oh, so that's why you have so many tabs open. I'm not playing a game. Still could find a super short one to try out. I don't know if I can find a short game, and I don't want to start like a long game either. Frog. I don't know. No. We need some brain empty games for you to distract yourself. We didn't decide what game to play. We didn't know. We didn't really decide on anything. So I've kind of just been opening tabs all over the place. You can always just boot up TMS and just grind if you want to. I don't really have like much to grind in the game, to be fair. Because I think I did most of the side stuff already. I think there's like one Yashido quest I need to do, but other than that, I need to unlock it, so... Other than that, I literally already done everything. Have you ever had french fries loaded with meat? I usually get it with the carne asada or adobada, plus cheese, guacamole, beans. Not really. I usually just had french fries with either ketchup or cheese. With like nacho cheese. No weird food stream? No, because I don't eat weird food stuff. Parappa chicken wrap attempts? I beat that game off stream already. Yeah, like, unless it's a game you can play just for today. We have at most 3 hours left. Yeah. I beat the chicken, like, forever ago. Yeah, I beat it off stream. I could get the outfits. I think I did get the outfits. What's the weirdest thing you've eaten? Not really anything. I mean, like, cow guts. When, like, they forced me to try it, but I hated it. And I never, like, ate anything. I never ate it again. So, I don't really eat weird things. I have a sensitive stomach. So... That's the thing. That's why I don't really eat weird food. But yeah, I already beat the chicken wrap from Parappa. Besides changing tomorrow's stream for today, it's like you play the Easy Cat game and tomorrow. I wasn't aware. Yeah, no worries. I mean, the weirdest thing I have is blood pudding. But yeah, I feel like I might just play TMS. I don't know if it'll be fine to like start chapter 5 because like what we have like at most maybe like 2 hours or whatnot. I don't know. At most maybe like 2 hours from now. But we'll kind of have to see, I feel. It's really fun to start it and just make a tiny bit of progress. Yeah, I guess that could work. In theory. You can always just grind. I feel like at that point I would just end up being too over level for the chapter if I grind more. If I grind more than what I already grinded. Because I've grinded a fair amount in the game already doing all the side stuff. So there isn't really too much left for me to do. It's kind of like the main thing. So if anything, I guess I could technically start the chapter just to kind of see how far I get. I mean, like I said, the title and everything is gonna get changed at the end anyway. And I think that the easiest thing to set up is the Switch without just starting a different game. Since I don't have my PlayStation right now. So yeah, the Switch is kind of like the easiest thing to set up. Like I won't set up like the... I don't think we're playing anything on the PlayStation this week. Yeah, because Resident Evil I have it on GOG, so... We aren't really playing anything on the PlayStation this week. But next week we are. Yeah, I just don't want you to have to sit there flipping through tabs, and TMS is probably the easiest one. Yeah, I'm kind of just like opening tabs. Just because I need to be doing something. I can't just like sit there and not do anything. Like, I don't know, it gets my brain impatient. I think that's kind of like why I struggle with Satsu streams. Just because like I always feel like I need to be doing something. I can just play Tokyo Mirage. It's the easiest setup for you. Yeah, it's the easiest setup without me having to move my PlayStation, so... And I feel like it's too much of a hassle to move right now. When we're just gonna use it for like, what, 2 hours? 3 hours? At most. So... I get it. I always have to multitask if I'm not yapping with you on stream. Yeah... Like, I always have to, like, multitask as well. We got 2 Satsus. You play all the Ace Attorney games? I've beaten most of them. I haven't played every single one, but I've beaten most of them. There's a few that I haven't played. Investigations 2. The crossover with Professor Layton. And, what's it called? Great Ace Attorney Chronicles 2. I think only those 3 I'm missing. Except, I'm sorry, I don't like playing rage games. I've seen that game, man. I don't like playing rage games. And it's one of those like, well, I don't know if it's still trendy, but I know it was trendy for a bit. But I saw it and was like, oh, it's one of those rage games. Yeah, no, I'm good. I was gonna say if you could only hear Katsu's voice so you didn't send total silence, but then I realized that would be 100 times worse. God, no, I get easily overwhelmed. It was trendy for like a week only. I'm doing some Sudokus while listening and chatting. I always instinctively need to be doing something with my hands. Yeah, for me it's like I just need to be doing something in general. Like, even when like listening to... Like, I can be listening, but I need to be doing something as well. Greatest Attorney 2 is really good. I still need to get around to beating Greatest Attorney 2. I only beat the first one. Yeah, the exact game is just flavor of the month rage game, exact opposite of your style. Yeah, I mean, there's been a few of those rage games that become trendy for a bit, and then, like, they fade off. I'm not really that type of, I guess, streamer. I don't really play... Like, unless, like, the game that is trendy kind of interests me, or, like, I'm legit curious about it, I don't really play those games. Like, if it's, like, a game that actually, like, sounds appealing to me, then I'll play it. But other than that, I don't really do that. No point playing rage games again, you're so stressed out for nothing. Horror games like that, there was Battletoads, Ghosts and Goblins, and Halo 2, except those games are eternally painful. I mean... There's always been, like... trendy games? I don't know if that's the right word to call them. Chess is always trendy. I wouldn't say that, but... Sure. Surely. Personally, I like it being happy playing games and enjoying yourself, which is something rage games are the complete opposite of. I mean, people mostly play them for the reactions, you know, the content and stuff. You've only played a few trendy games that I can think of, at least on stream, and even then, most of them are normal games. Like, if anything, I only really play, like, trendy games if I'm actually interested in the game itself. Not really on the fact that it's, like, trendy, I guess. I mean, for crying out loud, I'm streaming TMS. I don't think TMS is, like, particularly super well known. I would say it's definitely more on the niche side, if anything. So, like, if I really, like, played trendy games or games that people, like, know, I wouldn't be streaming TMS. It's all you have to rage while playing them. I mean, it's still the intention behind those games, though. Even if it's like, oh, you don't have to. I mean, yeah, you don't have to do a lot of things, but that's still its main intention. You know, Checkers is actually the most rage game. I mean, I guess. True, if you stuck with trendy games, it would never get TMS, even with FE being more popular. It's kind of the black sheep. I mean, Shin Megami is not popular. Shin Megami is more niche. Yeah, people blame for their reaction. If anything, it's not your type of content. Some people just like the challenge. Yeah, but like... Even then, those types of games are not really made with that intention, though. There's games that are definitely made with the idea of being challenging, and then there's rage games. Yeah, Dark Souls is a game that, like, causes people to rage, but that's just a challenging game. Something like getting over it, on the other hand, that's a rage game. They're challenging and then there are unfair games. Yeah, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, putting, for example, those two examples that I just made with, like, Dark Souls and getting over it. It's different types of games. Well, there is any niche for you. Well, yeah. So those rage games aren't challenging. They're just frustrating and tedious on purpose. Yeah, I feel like there's a difference between, you know, being a rage game and being a challenging game. Battletoads and Ghosts and Goblin aren't rage games. They're brutally hard. Dark Souls is more of a common sense game. I wouldn't really call it that, but yeah. Wink. 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes for what? 5 more minutes for what? What am I waiting 5 more minutes for? Rayman 1 is an unintentional rage game, but isn't because the game is trying to be, because it didn't get any playtesting at all. I mean... I can't really attest to that one. I don't really know it, so I can't really attest to that one. But, yeah. There's a difference between a rage game and just a challenging game. That's kind of like the point that I'm trying to make here. That it's not the same. Haven't seen some of the later levels of Rayman 1. I'll believe the lack of playtesting. 5 more minutes, can't wait. 5 more minutes for what? What is it like 5 more minutes for? What am I waiting 5 minutes for? Why is there suddenly a countdown of like 5 more minutes? Getting over it is very fair though. Just one simple mechanic and that's it. That's not where I'm getting at though. I agree it might be a different story though. Dark Souls really isn't a rage game at all. Yeah, so people rage at it, but isn't the intent to make you rage? I mean, Dark Souls is like the one I mentioned, not a rage game, just a challenging game. But getting over it was made with the intention of being a rage game. Same with that other game that got delisted, for some reason that I can't remember right now. It's probably intentionally rage-inducing. I I mean, it causes people to rage, but it's not its intention, though. The line between a rage game and a challenging game is a very thin one. It is! It is a thin line, but, there is a difference. I mean, only up? I think so, yeah. Flappy Bird? No, not Flappy Bird. I think it's only up or something like that, I think. Getting over is a rage game, even the game is somewhat fair because the sassy boy is over every time you lose progress. Like, I feel like at that point, it just feels like it is a rage game rather than even if it in theory is fair, like the intention with which it's made is much different. Only up, that game is just bad. That one was also made with the same intention of being like a rage game. But I think that one's still listed already. I don't think they ever brought it back up. I'm not 100% sure. I honestly don't remember that game too much. Getting over it also isn't fair. It plays on the fact that you will get mad and play worse. But yeah, only assets and copyright issues or something. I think some assets or something. Getting over is a rage game. Yeah, the game isn't like constantly trolling you. Rayman 1 was even hard on PlayStation on the original Atari Jaguar release. I see. Well, the more you know, I guess. But yeah, that does essentially just the gist of it, if anything. If anything. Can't believe I've been yapping for an hour. Been yapping for like an hour and 18 minutes, jeez. Yeah, only up, still up the giant statue of the girl and a few other things that were in the game from what I remember. I thought it was just an asset flip or something. Technically 2 hours. I mean, I guess. If you count the other stream, I guess you could say it's technically been 2 hours. Almost an hour and a half. I mean, it's 1 hour 20 minutes for me. On my side. Wasn't at least one release of Rayman basically unbeatable because of one jump that was too far to make? Is it? It's already been an hour. There's also Chained Together, which was somehow worse. I've only vaguely seen about that game. I don't know. Here's the yapper. What do you mean? I mean, we had no plan for today anyway, so... Only up is not a rage game. It's just a bad asset flip designed to make you play long enough to not be able to refund it through Steam. Also crypto. Is that what it was? Like, was it... I know, like, it had, like, copyright issues or something, and that's why it got, like, delisted. But I wasn't sure if it was because, like... It was, I don't know if crypto was involved in that game. It was an asset flip, but a few of the assets weren't even bought, just stolen. That's crazy. That's actually insane. It did have crypto, but that's not why it got taken down. You're saying you're in a good yapper. Chiaki Katsumi are always the best. I could talk with you forever, never get tired. Aww. That's very sweet. A good Monday yap. Even if it wasn't the original intention of it. There was a game that came to mind for a second, but then it slipped my mind. I forgot which one it was. There was a game I was gonna mention, but then it slipped my mind. I can't remember it anymore. It slipped my brain. Like, I was thinking about it, and then it just kind of like slipped my brain. But what was it? It's been a pretty fun yap. Even if the game broke, you made it so fun. So I hadn't realized it's already been this late. The fact that it's already been this long is kind of crazy. This long while trying to decide what to do. Because I was like, oh, I could, but also I'm not sure. What kind of game? It was on the same vein of what we were talking about, but it kind of slipped my mind. Rayman game that used Rayman 1 as a base to teach math. It was also nightmarishly hard. I mean, lack of playtesting is like a different thing altogether, though. Which I feel it is becoming more common, for better or for worse. And before you know it, has already been 5-6 hours. I don't think I yapped for that long. 5-6 hours. Jump Kink? I mean, Jump Kink is hard, but I don't think it's a rage game. I think it's just a challenging game. I think it also falls in the same vein of just being a challenging game. I forgot the name. It won't be 6-7 hours? I mean, no. I won't make it to like 6 hours now. How about Rockman? Can't remember what's your name. I don't think that's what I was thinking. I don't remember the name. The Math Rayman game is brutally hard. I didn't know. Jump King follows the same premise of getting over it, but not having someone mocking you make it less ragey. Is that what it is? I don't know that. I don't know what it was. I missed my train of thought as to what the game was because it slipped my mind. Jump King is 100% a rage game. I did play it and the design is really just to make you lose progress and get beta to continue. Jump King is very skirting the line to being a Kaizo game. It kind of feels more like a Kaizo game. Closer to a Kaizo game. Not a rage game. I think it's very like precise jumps, but I don't feel like it's a rage game per se. The whole point of getting over is the guy mocking you and explaining his philosophy while you play. Exactly. Like the fact that it's intended to mock you, it's like it's very much intended to be a rage game. Like you can't get more on the face than that. Jump King technically isn't meant to be a rage game, but it became so popular as one for streamers to make big reactions out of it. Yeah, like that's what I mean. Challenging games like induce rage, yes, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they are a rage game. Because at that point, you can make everything a rage game. Because yeah, it made you angry. Does that mean it's a rage game? Because at that point, you could get angry for like anything. You can get angry at any game. So like, I feel like people kind of like assume that any game that just makes you angry is just a rage game. But I feel like the definition of a rage game is like if it's done with the intention of making you angry. A challenging game does not necessarily have that intention. It's just meant to be a challenge, yes. But if it's a game that is constantly mocking you, and that's its intention, then that's a rage game. Is there a difference between rage game and Kaizo? I think Kaizo is just a specific type of challenge, no? Yes, you can rage on chess and flip the board. You can get angry with any game, but rage games are games which try to make you angry. Essentially, it's like games which have its entire system is made on the fact that it looks to get a reaction out of the player, and that reaction is anger. So, yeah. I thought Kaizo was only used in the context of Mario ROM hack. Kaizo's a challenge thing. I'm back. Rumi ended up going to bed sim free for now. Hello, welcome back. We were just kind of talking about like, I guess challenging games. Rage games, question mark? Darkest Dungeon is an example of an RNG rage game. Darkest Dungeon, I mean, it's very RNG based. I've played Darkest Dungeon. I kind of debate on whether I'll call Darkest Dungeon a rage game, because it definitely makes you rage just because RNG. But I'm like, is that its intention? I mean, kinda, maybe. I don't know. I'm kind of like, a bit on that one. Are we talking about my beloved genre of rage games? I think of Kaizo with Super Mario Maker. Wasn't Kaizo, like the Kaizo games originated with like Mario ROM hacks anyway? Kaizos are intended for people to challenge themselves and actually be tough, but rage games are made with the intent to get you mad, and the mechanics will have lots of tedious mechanics to it. I wouldn't call Darkest Dungeon a rage game, it's just hard, but if anything, it tries to encourage you to play better. It's been a while since I played Darkest Dungeon, so I'm kind of like... I do remember, like, it's very RNG heavy. So, like, it definitely feels unfair at times because of the RNG, but I'm like... I don't feel like it's a rage game. RNG is a big part of rage games, but I feel like Darkest Dungeon doesn't just try to make you mad. I feel like that's not the intention, though. Kaizo is literally the username of the person who invented the Kaizo-style Mario mods. Oh, is that where the name comes from? It's like the username. I'm off to dinner. Late, everyone. Good night. Bye-bye, Robotic Turtle. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, Kaizo was like... Didn't it originate from like Mario ROM hacks, essentially? Kaizo was a ROM hack. I don't think so. It's roguelike. Kaizo and Mario are infamous because sometimes it's just straight up unfair or traps you. So there's an element of rage in there. But it still relies on skill. I've seen like some people do like those Kaizo maps. And I'm like, Jesus. Like you have to be super precise for everything. And I'm just like, no. No, no, no. Darkest Dungeon feels more roguelite since you have to strategically know when to give up based on your health materials. I guess so. True in a way. Kind of how the genre of Fodian games, Getting Over It, Jump King, Only Up, were named after Bennett Foddy, the creator of Getting Over It. Wait, there's a sub... Is there actually, like, by the name of Fodian games? That's the first time I've actually heard people use that terminology. It was just the name of the game who made those mods, but it became its own thing, disconnected from the original at this point. Roguelike is more about managed probability. I mean... I guess? I don't know. I haven't played enough roguelites to kind of like, I guess, have like a proper opinion on the topic. I think the only roguelite I played was Turnip Boy Robs a Bank. Which it is like, you know, random in nature, but I feel like you still have a sense of control of like, yeah, this is the hand I was given, but I can still do things with it. You know what I mean? Okay, Kaizo Mario players are actually insane. My brain can't even keep up with those videos. I've seen people get through those maps. I'm like, that's insanity. Funny enough, I would actually say the original Kaizo was more of a rage game than modern Kaizo. Really? Yes, they're Foddy likes. I don't really have the level of expertise for doing the Kaizo Mario Maker levels, but I can beat to an extent the super hard ones. Some require pretty precise tricks. They get pretty crazy. Coding games are essentially any game where your progress is ephemeral up until the moment you beat it. Stanley Parable is a big rage picky. Now you're just saying essentially any game is a rage game. Either that or you're kind of just saying things because Stanley Parable is not a rage bait game. It doesn't even have mechanics to really get that reaction. You essentially just walk to point A and point B and the narrator just, you know, says things. I think you're getting the definition wrong here. I thought it was because Kaizo means conversion. Is that what Kaizo means? Turnip Boy becoming a roguelike was one of the weirdest genre changes I've seen. I was not ready for it when you played the sequel. I thought it was gonna be like the first game, so it was weird that it turned out to be a roguelike. Roguelike tends to be on the harder side, but there are games which are meant to be replayed a lot to upgrade yourself. Fun fact, roguelike is based on the game Rogue from 1980, so every game after that is roguelike. Is it? Is that where the name Kaizo comes from? Guess I was completely wrong. Okay, a real rage game is something like I Want to Be the Guy. That game was designed with one purpose, and that's to anger anyone who plays it. I don't think I know that game. Stanley Parable is a self-aware game that has meta commentary. That's just a meta game. The baby ending in Stanley Parable is a rage game. To be fair, Stanley Parable is a rage game, but is you, the player, rage baiting the narrator. So it's an inverse rage game. I think we would derail somewhere while it was a rage game. Yeah, I think at one point we kind of got lost in the sauce into what is actually a rage game and what isn't. Yeah, that's where the roguelite comes from. Wait, roguelike and roguelite. I've always kind of like struggled to kind of like, I guess, differentiate between a roguelike and a roguelite. Like, what do they have like a big difference between them? Yeah, Stanley Parable is like the exact opposite of a rage game. It's relaxing. I want to be the guy and I want to be the bossy, Chiaki. Trust me, it's a game on a whole nother level how difficult and troll it is. Agree and Aries actions are rage games. I mean, Agree is a rage game. The whole thing is like, essentially, you know, made in a way to get you angry, which is why it became popular, because it got reactions out of people streaming it. A As far as I know, a true roguelike has no progression. At the point, roguelite and roguelike blend together too much. So roguelikes are games where your progress is 100% reset with each time you start. Roguelites have some form of upgrades that persist between runs. So roguelike is where everything is random. And roguelite is like Hades. I've never played Hades. Roguelites have some progression, and roguelikes you start from 0 every time. I see. The more you know. Roguelite is the type of game that you can upgrade your character outside of the runs. I agree, it's pretty much made for streamers. I mean, yeah. Why would you play it otherwise? I can't differentiate between the two, so I just call everything roguelite or roguelike. Essentially, yeah. That's essentially kind of like how it is. I have a hard time thinking of pure roguelikes, honestly. Are there that many? Are there really that many? Roguelike games are just copies of Rogue, meaning there's no real progress if you lose. Roguelite follows the premise of Rogue, but you have some meta progress with level ups and upgradable weapons. Almost every single game nowadays in the genre is a roguelite. Nowadays, a true roguelike is very rare. Interesting. The more you know. Rogue used to be the assy games. The cool ones. The cool ones. Yeah, I can't think of the last time a true roguelike came out. I guess it's just not very common, huh? I mean, I was trying to think, is Binding of Isaac supposed to be like a rogue-like? Or is it supposed to be a roguelite? I feel since the boom, there's so many rogue games made every year. I mean, yeah, it's a popular, like, genre. I think there was a time where there were so many that people started making memes that every indie game was like a roguelite. Rogue heavy. Isaac is light. You unlock characters and items. Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup is an example of roguelite. But yeah, they're very rare. Even something like Spelunky 2 has a meta progression. People can't stand difficulty these days. Boomer. It's not common because it's not fun for most people. It turns out losing all your progress and completely invalidating an hour of your time isn't enjoyable for most people. I mean, yeah, I can see that. The average player nowadays likes some form of progression. I mean, I can kind of understand. Like, imagine playing for an hour and you have nothing to show for it. Isaac is a roguelike. It's roguelike. Even with the unlocked stuff, you always start from scratch. There's this game, The Ratchet's Den, which is pure roguelike. No meta progress, and you always start from 0. I see. I mean, it's not really a genre that I personally play, so... That's kind of like why I was curious of the difference. That's why you press the play button and try again. Yeah, but if essentially you keep playing and nothing saves because you always start from 0, it's like... What do you have to show for that hour you played? I know Isaac isn't a game you would play on stream, and despite the aesthetic, the game is so good, I wish Chiaki could enjoy it. Technically, Fear and Hunger is a roguelike too, just a really bad one. Is that supposed to be a roguelike? I have some thoughts on roguelites, but I'll hold my tongue as this is not the place. If you play for like 4 hours and have no progress, it feels kind of bad. Yeah. Oh god. Jeez. I was driving, then I saw the big full moon, so I had to pull over and howl at the moon since Ukatsu's our top wolf. The moon's already out. It's about the adventure, not the end. Yeah, but if the adventure leads to nothing, then what was the point? That's why likes aren't as popular. Losing everything doesn't sound as attractive. There's a couple of roguelike games that are still around, like Catalysm, Darkest Days Ahead. Wasn't Fear and Hunger a super dark, messed up game? Everspace is a great 3D space-like roguelike. Yeah, the dungeon just randomly arranges itself so it technically qualifies, but it's very evil and no one should play it. Evil game. It's less of the progress, more so the run of how OP you can get. The adventure doesn't matter if it never ends. The adventure typically leads to an unlock for progression. Yeah, but if there's no progression, then it just, you know, it ends and... Now what? I wouldn't really count Fear and Hunger, but I can see why someone would. I see. I got like 200 unlocks out of 700. Jeez. 700? Yeah, that's too much of a grind. That's 500 more to get. It really depends on the gameplay loop. You lose everything in some, but it's so satisfying to unlock stuff and you get a good run and win. The funny brain chemicals go burr. With only 300 hours. Only 300 hours? It's like chess. You win the match and then start another one right after. I mean, I guess. I think you mean only 500 more to get. Just 1,000 more hours to go. I don't think... Oh god, that's too much. Have you played Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time? No. I don't know what that is. I've never heard of it. I'm sorry, but it sounds less enticing the more you mention it. It sounds way, way less enticing the more you talk about it. It's like, oh, Isaac unlockables, I think it's closer to 1,000. I think I unlock most stuff in Rebirth and I played it over 100 hours. The main appeal of those games is just to play it over and over to finally win, but those aren't really my style. I prefer games that actually have a proper start and end. It's a gacha, not the gacha. Yeah, I don't know. I like having like a beginning and an end, like a proper start and an end, you know? That's kind of like what I prefer in my games, like a proper progression, mind you, rather than just like you keep going until like somehow you unlock everything. I think that's kind of why I just lean more towards games that have like a stronger narrative, because it kind of feels like there's a progression going on. A cool game with space-time gravity. There's only a few roguelites that have gotten me. I'm sure Chiaki remembers my Balatra addiction. Oh no, not the Balatros. I need a proper end so I can uninstall it once it's done. You know, that feeling of like a conclusion, you know? Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time is really fun. You and friends control the space people crew and how to survive space. I'm not super into roguelites either. Yeah, like they're not my thing. Technically, Isaac has a true ending, but you have to complete like 7 runs to technically beat it. Ugh. Sorry, that came from the soul. You gotta do like all this nonsense just to get the true ending has never really been a thing for me. It's like, why do I bother? I'll look it up on YouTube. I think Balatro does a roguelike correctly, especially since the run is pretty quick. That aqua's visceral. I'm sorry. that was subconscious. Having an actual ending to something so I feel satisfied knowing I can shelf the game even if the ending itself isn't great. Exactly. I'm okay with both games with endings and endless games, but endless games will need gameplay that keep me hooked for a long time. Essentially, yeah. Like, I feel like for me, it just doesn't happen. Like, there isn't really a game that, like, has gameplay that just doesn't end. That keeps me, like, hooked for a while. Like, that I still play. Like, there's been games that I played for a little bit, but then, like, I just drop out at one point. Like, I don't know, I just get bored. If I want an endless game, I can just do PvP. It's over, Balatro Bros. That is the point of this type of game, though. You keep replaying it because every run is different. An Isaac run can last like half an hour or more if you go through for other endings or completions. I just need a goal to work towards, whether that's a specific ending or something else. I need the game to give me something to work towards and not just drop me with no clear direction. Yeah, kind of like that. I love the 1,000 hours in Awakening, but Awakening has a beginning and end, though. It's not the same, because it does end. I just decided to not allow it to end. But, like, Awakening does have a proper beginning, middle, and end. There is, like, a story to follow that does actually end. Whether I decided to let it end, that's an entirely different issue. But that's besides the point. It does end when I allow it to. They're not gonna beat Grima until I decide that they will. Oh god. So if I just play the same game that many times, I burn out so quickly. Yeah. I didn't like Hades because of that. You need to beat it 12 times to get the actual ending? Ugh. Yeah, it's too much of a pain. Is Minecraft the perfect roguelike? Minecraft is just a survival game, though. Oh, so you meant it like that. I do love the way you put it, though. I just don't allow it to end. I mean, that's essentially what it was. 1,000 Hours in Awakening had a goal. Chiaki just chose to ignore it and make a TV show called Living with the Pigs. See, that's what 1,000 hours of awakening does to someone. I try to create the living with the Vakes. In which I just name my Robin Vake, I make her blonde. And I marry Vake, and if I could change Morgan's name, he also would have been called Vake. Endless game, City Skylines. There's no end until you're satisfied. Sorry, Crom, you can't beat Grima yet. Chiaki's got another 100 support conversations to get still. And I never finished getting all of them. To be fair, Hades' gameplay is fun enough to actually play it 12 times. Is it? Minecraft is a sandbox survival. It's essentially sandbox and survival, yeah. Minecraft Hardcore is roguelike. Is it? Honestly, that story is still one of my favorites you've ever told me. The vague storyline is peak cinema. Not even with 1,000 hours? No. Because some of the supports are very annoying to get. Because they're on the special maps. And the Aversa map is pain. So is the Emerin map. Oh god. So I don't think I ever got like the Emerin support. And I also always felt like it was kind of awkward whenever I thought about it. Oh, if you know the Awakening story, you kind of because I essentially played Awakening so much that I know this story. I always thought it was kind of awkward to marry Emerin because how was I supposed to explain this to Crom? Oh, it was like it was so odd. So I never, yeah. Oh god, it was like so I never got around to doing it. Even when I got Emerin, like I would get her in the team and then she would just sit in the bench and look pretty and that's it. Yeah, getting the actual spot pass characters is annoying. It is, yeah. It is. It was really their maps are really annoying. Especially Versus. So Versus is pain. It's pain incarnate. It's like, we're gonna use everything that you have built, we're gonna use it against you. And I'm like, why would you do that to me? She doesn't even have a support with Crom to kind of make it better. But nope, you can just marry the amnesiac, nearly comatose girl, and her brother just has to watch. Oh god, that sounds even worse when you put it like that. Hades at least feels like ending. You met protagonist's mom for the first time. I mean, at that point, I guess it feels like an ending. Hey, Crom, so your sister at 9? No. The fact that she doesn't have a conversation with Crom just makes it even more awkward thinking about it. I'm like, what do you mean Crom has no conversations with his older sister? I'm like, oh no. It just always felt like weird. It sounds worse because it is worse. It's such a weird support line. It is, yeah. It is. Oh my god, it was so odd. I never got around to doing it. Because I got way too invested in like the characters and everything that I was like, how am I supposed to explain this to Crom? I mean, he's probably just gonna have to sit there and watch, but still. It's still such a weird thing to do. Oh god. This every talk is making you want to finish 3 houses or fades. You need to finish 3 houses. It's worth it. I promise it's worth it. That's the neat part. You don't explain it to him. He doesn't have a say in it. Oh god. That's so weird. That's so messed up, man. Oh man. One day I'll boot up my Awakening copy and check like which supports am I actually missing. I haven't booted up that copy in a while. So you say you didn't marry Lisa with Robin. Crom would become your brother-in-law. I mean, with Lisa, it's like... Well, because Crom has conversations with Lisa. And also, Lisa's not... I'm like stopping myself and like... essentially mentioning the entire plot point with Emerin. And I'm like... It's like... Me when my best friend marries my amnesiac sister who I thought was dead and they didn't even tell me. Yeah, it's just like... It's like... The concept is weirder with Emerin just because of what it signifies. Oh god. How do you explain that to him? Like, he thought she was dead for her to come back, and now suddenly his tactician is rizzing her up while she's mute and has no clue what's happening. It's just like... it's I don't know, man. The concept, the idea of it is just like... oh, God. It's just so... Like, at least Crom and Lisa can talk, you know? Like, they have support conversations. But Emerin and Crom can't talk. And considering what happens in the story with Emerin, it just makes it even, like, more odd. Oh, God. So it's like... Girl, I think we're long past the statute of limitations for awakening. Are we? Are we past the statute of limitations of awakening? Probably one of the weirdest supports in this series. It's so like what? It's definitely a very like how do you explain this? Oh, God. So such an odd thing. It's like the same concept of who can core and marry in this game. So that's also weird. I mean, Corin is an entire can of worms. It's an entire can of worms. I've been getting this video about Fates recommended to me a lot. You don't have to cover spoilers, Chiaki. Your big video game doesn't want you to know that. Oh, man. Oh, gee. But yeah, it's definitely something. It's definitely a support that is possible. Yes, I graduated school, went to college, got a degree, got promoted, bought a house. All since Awakening came out. I think we're good. All of that since Awakening came out. Come on, it's its own monster. I'm not willing to tackle the writing because I have so many words. Fates is a lot of things. It's a lot of things. And it brings a lot of feelings whenever I talk about Fates. One day, I'm gonna like actually replay the game. Because ever since the games came out, I've not gathered the strength to like replay them. Replay every route. Because I'm not strong enough. But one day, maybe I'll change my mind. Who knows? I don't think I will. But maybe I'll... now that I've, you know, I've grown. And I'm different now. Maybe I'll like realize something. I'll realize something. I just picture whenever someone brings up Fates, I can just silently clenches her fist. Which game? Fire Emblem Fates. Not the Fates Stay Night. No, not that. Fates made me upset because I got baited into raising the villager and she turned out to be awful. I'm sorry you bought into villager stocks because Donald made you think that the villagers were actually good. You bought into the Donald propaganda and you ended up with Mozu. I think that was her name. I think her name is Mozu. I don't remember her too well. Should I mention I married Ashura because I heard it made the game have extra scenes and the plot this was revealed? I was so weirded out. I kind of... Azura? Like the guy with the onion hair? Or do you mean like Azura? Like... Because there's a guy called Azura. And then there's Azura, like the blue-haired girl, singer girl. So I don't know which Azura you mean. Because there's technically one... There is a character that is spelled the same way you spelled it. So now I'm like, recruits villagers. I mean, recruits were meant to like actually be, you know, good. Except the mage boy, I didn't really do much with. Yeah, Azura and Azura are two different people? Yeah, so I was like, which one are you talking about? I'm in a singer girl Azura. Yeah. I think Donald's the prime example of all villagers because the girl from Sacred Stones was impossible to train. Amelia? Amelia's actually really good though. Like she becomes really good. I remember she was actually like doing she was actually doing pretty good. Same with Ross. Ross was better than his dad, I'm sorry. Ross actually became way better than his dad and I was just like I was just like, wow. Well, old man, you've been demoted. Time to sit in the bench, old man. You've been demoted. Amelia was fine to train, though. Just don't make her a general so she can actually keep up. Yeah. Ross Gaming. Ooh, yeah, Ross Gaming. Amelia Sacred Stones. I really couldn't train her. Plus, Sacred Stones are already pretty limited with the XP distribution. She's easy to train. I trained her and she turned out to be really good. She was insanely good. Same with Ross. Ewan didn't do anything for me. I just kept him alive because I felt bad if he died and his sister would be sad. So I was like, okay. I need to keep this guy alive because I don't want his sister to be sad if he dies. So at least his sister was a dancer, so at least, you know, she gave me double turns. Ewan just provided warmth to the bench, along with Garcia after he got demoted by his son. I was like, sorry, old man. The future is now, old man. Sit down. Ewan exists. You get Ewan very late, to be fair. I think that's the problem with Ewan. If you got him early, like you get Amelia and Ross, maybe. But since you get Ewan so late into the game, I feel like it becomes a bit of a pain to like actually try to train him. Gotta keep Ewan alive to keep the dancer happy. So real. Exactly. Because she was like, oh, please protect my brother. And I was like, he can protect the bench. But Ewan can become a summoner, and it's really fun to play him. But it's so much grind when you're so close to the end. Yeah, that's the biggest issue with Ewan. You get him so late. Yeah, like, he arrives so late. And I'm like, at this point, nah. Yeah, Sacred Stones has the tower, yeah. So it's like, you can train him. But I was so close to the end that I didn't bother. Summoner isn't really that good, and the other one you get is way better than Ewan. I forgot who Ewan is. Red-haired kid, Sacred Stones. Sorry, old man Garcia. He was cool in my playthrough, but in my save, I saved when he got killed. So he didn't survive many of the 2 playthroughs with Erica and Ephraim. Garcia was fine until Ross started picking up the pace, and he, easily outstat his dad. And I was like, sorry, old man. To the bench you go. To the bench. Y'all don't understand. That bench has Ewan-shaped seat made just for him. Oh, God. What happened with Wolf Among Us? I didn't see the title. The game kept crashing. I couldn't get it to open. I essentially tried everything to get the game to open, but it just wouldn't open. So, yeah. I'm probably just gonna get the PlayStation one. Because it's not opening on Steam anymore. And I've essentially tried everything to get it to open. And it just won't open. Essentially, same thing that happened with the OG Walking Dead. It happened again. But yeah, essentially. At least Garcia is usable for a while. But if you train Ross, he quickly surpasses him. This is why the best way to describe the situation is like, the future is now, old man. Oh, this is why the parents always die in FE, so they don't get benched by their kids. That is the fate. That is the fate of a Fire Emblem parent. Except that didn't really happen to Eli Wood, because I don't know if Roy really outpaces him. But who are we kidding? It doesn't matter who you use, because Seth is just built different. He can solo the game. I mean, Seth and Titania can solo their games pretty easily. I wish I could say the same about Frederick. As much as I like Frederick, he can't solo the game. Because intelligent systems didn't allow him to have that. Even running admin, yeah, it doesn't work. Roy's considered the worst lore in the series, so Eelwood actually gets to both live and be better than Roy. I was gonna say something, but maybe it's a little too mean. For me, Ross is pretty meth in both my playthroughs, so I didn't feel the need of using him. It's because he's one of those units you have to train. Like, once you train him, he easily outbeats Garcia. Frederick is still awakening, but it's a lot more effort. Say it! I was gonna say that Roy inherited the bad genes from his dad, because isn't Eelwood also bad in his game? Titania is built differently. I truly think it saw what they made with Titania and decided they needed to take out Frederick's kneecaps. Frederick, no! Yeah, that would make sense. So it's like, just inherited the bad genes from the dad. I think worst lords between Roy or FE5's Lord Leaf. Okay, he's not bad, Wayne, but you compare it to Hector and Lin. Okay, maybe he is bad. Because Hector and Lin are both kind of OP in their own regard, so it's kind of like, Eleven is actually fun, just not good when compared to Hector. I mean, I feel like the line is up in heaven if you compare it with Hector. The slander towards my boy Roy. He tries his best, but he won't succeed. He gets what you want, but not what you need. Even Lin is kind of mid to be compared to Hector, so it's a high bar. Hector set the bar too high. Ooh. The blue hair jeans. Roy isn't bad. It's just like he had bad luck of starting in games where everyone's better than him. Oh, Lin is so peak and Hector's so strong. Eli Wood, he's there. He's there. Poor guy. If Roy promoted before the literal end of the game, maybe he would be better. Oh my god. Roy is catching strays, and for what? Oh god. This is so sad. Eli Wood has horse. That's what he contributes. I mean, someone had to bring the method of transportation so he wouldn't be walking everywhere. Who's the better unit, Eli Wood or Roy? It really is true. Why are all the strongest lords the ones with the blue hair? It's not strays. I'm swinging. Ain't no way. Eli Wood is the bus driver. You see, someone had to bring the method of transportation. I would bet on Eli Wood 100% over Roy. At least I can survive knowing Roy is much better in Smash Bros. I mean, yeah, because Eli Wood isn't even in Smash. Eli Wood, professional taxi? Where's Martha P? I mean, Martha's among the better ones in this game, but everyone sucks in this game, so it's a matter of being, like, less bad, you know? It's a matter of which one's the least bad. Just because everyone is bad on Shadow Dragon. I don't know about Mystery of the Emblem. I think Mystery of the Emblem, they have better stats. So I do think he's better in Mystery of the Emblem. But, in Shadow Dragon, everybody's bad. So it's just a matter of which one's the least bad. If Eli Wood made it in Smash, he has to have the horse. If he doesn't have the horse, I refuse. Martha's amazing in this game purely for the fact enemies target him and he can actually kill them back. A friendly unplug your controller, then game will open. If you haven't tried that Bluetooth device crashing game, unless you're just fully abandoning the game. I already tried that. It didn't work. I already tried unplugging my controller. So that didn't work. That was the first thing I tried. It's just not working at all. Would you say Roy is better than Shadow Dragon?
For the tip.
Ooh. Eli Wood when I talk trash about him after he got promoted. Ooh. Man. Poor Eli Wood, man. He's just catching strays. He's just catching strays. Yeah, we tried everything. I tried reinstalling a slave. Wake up, Ranger. I think it's because since I resetted my computer. Hold on. Let me try. See if I can get him to speak. Speak, Ranger. Speak for me. Yeah, since I restarted my computer, I didn't get to, like, get him to speak. I blame Telltale's dumb engine. It always happens with Telltale games for some reason. Marth was so OP that they nerfed him once. You wore pants. Not the toga. Not the toga, Marth. Not the pantless era, Marth. Oh god, Ranger. Yeah, I'm trying to get it. Did you change Ranger's voice? It's still on Stitch. I think I did change it. Because I wanted to... I said I was gonna put like a random voice. So I did change his voice. Okay, let me see if I can get him to speak now. Where are you? Okay, there you are. Okay. I just need to see if it works.
Ely would when I talked trash about him after he got promoted.
Ely Wood? Not the name Ely Wood. Why do you pronounce his Eli Wood like that? Ely Wood. Oh god. I hate how he pronounces Ely Wood. Oh god, I hate it. I hate how he says the name. Why does he just sound like a Fallout NPC? That voice, Ely Wood. Why do you pronounce Eli Wood like that? Ely Wood. Oh god, Ely Wood is my favorite lord. I had to listen to that a few times. Honestly, your ranger trying to say names is really funny. Yeah, because it always like... It's very random with how it's gonna say it. So... I was gonna say, he sounds like one of those AI TikTok narrators. He sounds like how the NPC talks in Fallout games. I wasn't expecting that. I just picked a random voice because these voices have like really weird names. So it's like, I wonder what that voice is. And I just picked a random one. And I guess that's how he's gonna sound like for the rest of today. He doesn't like the TikTok voice. He doesn't like the TikTok TTS. What was this one called? This one's called Wacky. This one's called Wacky. That's the name of the voice. So it's like, I wonder what Wacky sounds like. And apparently that's what Wacky sounds like. But yeah, I think it's because I'm using the TikTok TTS that has like a bunch of different voices. And since it's one of the ones that I don't have to like set up a separate program. Because a lot of these I have to set up like a separate program, like TTS Monster and stuff. They read about being wacky. Who's wacky? I don't know. That's the name of the voice. That's the name of the voice. Yeah, the TikTok TTS, I don't have to set up anything additional. It's funny, it's such a big coincidence. The first time we made Ranger's voice random, we got Stitch. So it is the TikTok one. Yeah, it's the TikTok one. And the TikTok one has a bunch of different voices. And that one was just called Wacky. So I was like, what does Wacky sound like? And apparently that's what Wacky sounds like. Right, Ranger? Yes. But yeah, he's just a wacky creature, apparently. Also, I gotta be BRB, so I shall be right back. So BRB, be right back. Okay, I'm back. I have returned. Hello. Hello. Seraps, thank you so much for the super. Reaper, thank you so much for the super. Atol, thank you so much for the super. Colt, thank you so much for the super. And Fireball, thank you so much for the super. Thank you, thank you. I returned. But yeah, it was the TikTok voice. I just gave him the TikTok TTS since apparently Stream Elements cut support for the program that Ranger uses to be able to speak. You return with the ice cream? No. I just went to get water. I went to get water. I didn't go to get ice cream. Just needed to get water since I ran out of tea, so I needed to at least have something to drink. Yeah, really weird Stream Elements cut the other voice in the first place. No ice cream, girl, you deserve some ice cream! After the entire conversation that transpired about something I said, I didn't feel like wanting ice cream anymore. Microwave water. Not microwave water, just regular water. I wonder why Stream Elements cut support. I'm not sure. Don't worry about the incident with the ice cream. No. Did I go with ice cream after stream? Mayhaps. Mayhaps I will just get some ice cream after stream. Your microwave ice cream! Stop it! The funny metal box is sad now. This is so sad. Yeah, I was left not wanting ice cream anymore. So, I'll just get ice cream at another day. Microwave ice cream, not this again! Not this again! I don't want to have to explain myself again! Not again! Go back to fire. Oh god, not this again. Wait, like melted or just microwave to make it scoopable? Microwave to make it scoopable. Which is what I've been trying to say, but people don't get it. It's fine, I don't need people to get me. I don't need people to understand, I have Ranger anyways. I have Ranger anyways, I don't need people to get me. To be scoopable, which is normal. Yeah, we've been through this. But alas. Oh, okay, you're not a monster like me then. I like to melt my ice cream in the microwave so it's nice and soft. See, I only put it in the microwave just to make it scoopable. That's it. But then it apparently caused some sort of commotion here. Oh, God. Can't you run the ice cream scooper under hot water to make the ice cream scoopable? I've tried that before. It never works. It just never works. Like, I've tried that before. Because people said to do that, but it just never works. Like, I want my ice cream a little runny, then it's perfect. At that point, don't you just want a milkshake? Like, at that point, if you just wanted, like, melted, wouldn't you just want a milkshake? Isn't that what you're technically looking for at that point? The Katsu ice cream war was a very scary time for Katsu-kind. But milkshakes are good. The microwave radiation excites the lipid molecules to ease the bonds of the H2O atoms. You could have not have found a more convoluted way to just explain, I just want the ice cream to be scoopable. Yeah, is that not just a milkshake? Essentially, isn't that just a milkshake? Isn't that at that point what you're looking for, a milkshake? Okay, nerd. I'm not the nerd, you're the nerd. Me? Never. I'm not a nerd. For the scoop to work, it kind of needs to sit in hot water for a bit for it to work. Also needs to be metal. See? It all comes back to waiting. Imagine waiting. Imagine actually having to wait. Can't relate. Aren't we all nerds? Me? Never. I'm not a nerd. Hold on. Where are they? No. Oh god. You're right, I am the nerd. See, you guys don't get it. We have ours done in 10 seconds. You have to wait 5 minutes. Efficiency! It's all about efficiency. A fun fact about microwave radiation. Apparently it's very bad at exciting ice molecules, but very good at exciting fatty molecules. The more you know. Who has the nerd emote? That's right, Katsudans, exactly. I'm not the nerd, she says. But you guys are the ones that have the nerd emote. Upgrades, people, upgrades! I forget where that is from. Is that the Robots movie? I think it's the Robots movie, isn't it? Like the upgrades meme? I don't wear nerd glasses, therefore I'm not a nerd. Meanwhile, Chiaki, I get the tubular glasses. She controls the emotes, we can't go against her, haha. Not a nerd, let me see this every nerd rant this VTuber made. I'm not a nerd. Not a nerd. Cue to the entire stream talking about the bird dating sim. See, I did that because it was Valentine's Day and I thought it would be funny. Yeah, the Robots movie. The DreamWorks robot movie. Yeah, robots. Technically we do. Robots movie with Robin Williams and Obi-Wan Kenobi. Is that the Star Wars guy? We just stole your nerd glasses. Nuh-uh, they're your nerd glasses. Me? I'm not a nerd. I don't know if Hatoful was nerdy, more scary. I just ended up scaring them more. The worst part is that the nerd glasses are almost the exact same type of glasses I wear IRL. Ooh. Almost the exact same type. Someday I'll get motivated to do a nerdaki. Man, Obi-Wan was being just a Star Wars guy hurts. I'm sorry, that's how I know him as. I was like, isn't he just a Star Wars guy? I don't know anything about actors, okay? I don't keep up with actors. That's what I have my childhood friend for. She keeps up with that stuff for me. I mean, to be fair, she kind of like is involved more in like that sort of stuff, I guess. Like keeping up with that sort of stuff just because of the nature of her job. Sorry, boss, I'm not a nerd. I just need to see. The bird dating sim that involves you being in pieces the whole time. Not the whole time. Yes, Ewan McGregor, aka Obi-Wan, played the main character in Robots movie. Wait, was that him? I thought he was the evil guy. Really need you to watch the old Star Wars movies. I mean, he's a Star Wars guy, but it just hurts hearing it from you. What do you mean? Why does it hurt hearing it from me specifically? And ironically, you probably would actually like Star Wars, really? I don't know, I never watched it. So I don't know. I don't know. You know who suggests watching Star Wars? A nerd? I'm a nerd. At least the old ones I can in good faith recommend. The Disney ones. Oh god. How you never watched Star Wars? I don't know, I just never watched Star Wars. I don't know, it was just something that I never watched. I don't really have like any particular excuse as to why I didn't watch it. If we do a Star Wars watch along, you have to watch the OG trilogy. I in general just don't watch a lot of movies. Like live action movies, yeah, essentially. I tend to just lean towards more like animated movies, I guess. Do you know the Tales of Jar Jar Binks the Wise? I don't know who that is. I get you. Just like Lord of the Rings is really popular, but in reality is really boring. I could never get into Lord of the Rings. So I don't know, it wasn't really something I could get into. Speaking of animated movies, have you seen the Toy Story 5 trailer? I haven't seen it yet. Sci-fi has never been something you've really been into. Like, I don't hate sci-fi. Like, it depends on like the very specific genre of sci-fi, you know? Like, I wouldn't say that I dislike sci-fi, if that makes sense. What is this Lord of the Rings slander? I think I enjoyed the Clone Wars show more than the OG movie. Oh, true, Woody balding. Oh, wait, I did see that image of Woody balding, but I didn't know if that was real or someone had just made that. Hey, you like aspects of it. Yeah, I would say, like, I like aspects of sci-fi. If anything. If that makes sense. The only thing I saw about Toy Story trailer was the Deltarune fan base going rabid about it because Toby Fox tweeted something. Toby Fox about to bring, like, most of the views of that movie. I'm calling it. I'm calling it. I lean more towards video games. The watch channels we've done were the first one time in years to watch anything, and only did it because it was in such good company. That's fair. That's totally fair. I've only seen a little bit of Clone Wars, played a little bit of Lego, Star Wars, Battlefront growing up. Never watched the movies. I see. That's fair. I don't know, I just like, in general, I just never really, like, watch much live-action movies. Just because, like, it's not really something that I lean towards that much. Didn't you end up playing Mass Effect? You must like something about the genre if you did end up playing it. Mass Effect was recommended to me, and I ended up trying it because I was like, sure, I guess I'll give it a shot. And I did enjoy Mass Effect. I would say Mass Effect is sci-fi, so... It depends. Like, I don't think sci-fi is like the top genre that I personally like. But it depends on, like, the property, you know? Like, it isn't like a genre that I, like, specifically dislike. If that makes sense. So... I would say it depends. Honestly. Star Wars watch along, so we can show Chiaki where the memes come from, and Obi-Wan won't be the Star Wars guy. If we watch Star Wars, wouldn't he just keep being the Star Wars guy at that point? Same. I prefer just regular fantasy, but I like a little bit of sci-fi here and there. Like, I like fantasy. I would say fantasy is one of the genres that I like the most. But funny enough, like, I never got into Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings or that sort of stuff. So, like, I feel like there's always exceptions to the rules. Like, even if it's a genre that I, like, really like, there's always, like, things that I'm like, I don't really... No, because Luke or Vader would take that spot, hopefully. The very least I could say for the Star Wars movies with OD, it has elements of a young adult story. I'm somebody which doesn't watch much in general, but I don't mind trying something new. That's fair. My introduction to Star Wars is Phantom Menace because it's just a very big thing in Asia, and that movie, it was just a giant meme. Ah, I see. Star Wars hot take, episode 1 Phantom Menace is my favorite and the best. Now, Harry Potter's not fantasy, it's just a delusion of a teenager. Isn't Harry Potter, like, the fantasy, like, media? I didn't get much into Harry Potter, especially because in my opinion it lost its whimsiness, but the video games and card games are fun. Scratch the Star Wars watch along. We need the extended editions? Same, I couldn't get into Harry Potter and just Lord of the Rings was alright. For some reason, despite loving the series. I think Lord of the Rings is the fantasy media. I mean, people argue it's like Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter. I don't know if there's another one. But I remember those being like the ones people associate with like the fantasy genre. So, seriously, whose idea was to turn Harry Potter into teenage drama like Twilight? Lord of the Rings is the fantasy IP. Harry Potter is just collective cold. I know it because I like Harry Potter. I see. No, boss. Lord of the Rings is the fantasy movie, not Harry Potter. Lord of the Rings is like the grandfather of modern fantasy. It's where the modern depictions of dwarves and elves came from. Wait, did it actually come from Lord of the Rings? I thought it came from Harry Potter. I've only seen the first and last movie for both Harry Potter and Twilight. I think I tried watching a little bit of Twilight one time. Because it was on TV and Katsumama wanted to watch it. And now I tried watching it. I rolled my eyes and left the room. Like, it wasn't really something that, like, I was like, why do people like this? I was like, I don't understand why people like this. And I left because I thought I kind of cringed at it. This is the most emotional damage the boss has ever given me. I'm sorry. Lord of the Rings has so many good video games based on the franchise. From Harry Potter. Lord of the Rings is the reason elves, dwarves, and most things like D&D or other fantasy games are the way they are. Lord of the Rings and Tolkien by extension is very much the bedrock of fantasy. That's fair. Chiaki watched Twilight and then the memories of Hunger Games and PETA came back. I didn't like Twilight, but I did like the Hunger Games. So I feel, I guess, like, at least a little bit of the young adult, like, stuff that was popular back then did get to me. Even if Twilight wasn't it. I think for me, Hunger Games, it was the setting. I thought the setting was really interesting. Like, the whole dystopia system that they had. Which was the main thing that kind of brought me to the Hunger Games. Like, the romance was kind of like, eh. I didn't really care, but mostly because I didn't care about PETA. But, I guess the main thing for me, it was the setting. The setting itself. That was kind of like the main appeal for me for the Hunger Games. I only watched the third Twilight movie at the movie theater. I'll never forget all the girls with Jacob posters screaming every time he was on the screen. We watched Twilight in class because we read the books, and then I watched the last one because my dad didn't want to go to the theater with my mom. Wait, you actually read the books in class? That's crazy. Last time I watched Harry Potter was on my plane flight to from Japan. When I got back, I'll watch the rest of the series. Oh, you're just gonna watch it every time you go to Japan? Did anyone care about PETA? You would be surprised at the amount of people that cared about PETA. You'd be surprised. Like, I remember, like, the girls in my school were like, oh my god, PETA! And I was like, I like Gale more. But I didn't say anything. I kept my opinion under wraps because all the girls were going, like, goo goo gaga over PETA. PETA's the better guy. You're allowed to be incorrect, I guess. You're allowed to be incorrect. Just the first book. The only thing I knew about Twilight was that everyone was like the wolf guy was the better love interest. Jacob's weird. Like, I never read the books, but I watched someone do a synopsis of the movie, the last movie, and Jacob's weird, man. I mean, Edward's not that much better, but I guess between the two evils. They're all weird. I mean, yeah, Edward's also weird, but Jacob becomes even weirder. Who did Chiaki like in the Hunger Games? I mean, out of the two guys, I thought Gale was the better choice, but you know. Maybe it's just like me that I keep rooting for the underdog and like love triangles. Doesn't Jacob like imprint on her daughter or something? Yep, he does that. He does do that. Yep. And I'm like... Jacob's creepy though. I still hate the ending with the whole thing about the baby. Yeah, he imprints on the baby or something, and I'm like... Why? Why is he so weird? Oh god. Yeah, there's the whole thing with the baby and stuff. He's just weird. He's a weird man. I mean, they're both weird, but like...
New recruits, welcome.
Oh, so... Andrew, thank you so much for being a member of Nylina for 31 months. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for being a script thief. Thank you, thank you. My favorite Harry Potter book is 50 Shades of Grey. I think you kind of like mix two different genres in that sentence. Yeah, he imprints on a little baby. It's so weird that they wrote that into the story. Sorry, whenever we talk about Jacob, all I can think of is the green screen Jacob getting pet. Oh yeah, the green screen, the green screen guy that essentially had to like get pet by like Bella, and Bella was like, oh. God, imagine being that guy. It must have been such a weird thing to film. What actually is the plot of the Hunger Games? Not the premise and people's opinion of it back in the day, but I have no idea what happens inside of it. So the whole, I mean, you know the whole premise, no? Of like the districts and stuff, and how they live in what's the word? they lived being repressed by the capital, and essentially because they tried to rebel one time. I think that's how it went. I haven't read the books in so long, Jesus. Because they tried to rebel one time against the capital, and they essentially lost. They created the Hunger Games as like a way of punishment for the districts. Of like, oh yeah, this is essentially your punishment for trying to go against us. And you're every year, I think it was every year, you're gonna send like 2 people to compete in the Hunger Games, and we're gonna broadcast this live, and you're gonna have to watch. That's essentially kind of like... Yeah, there was a revolution to settle control over the districts that started the Hunger Games. Yeah, I think it is every year. So the Hunger Games were essentially as a way to control the districts. To kind of keep them in control. Katniss obviously is main character, does the unprecedented... in which her sister gets picked for the Hunger Games. And... Katniss is like, no, I'm not gonna allow that to happen. And she volunteers to take this the place of her sister. I forgot the name of the sister, I can't remember right now. I can't remember right now. But, yeah. Primrose, I think? So, she takes the place of her sister, goes to the Hunger Games, and the plot happens. And at one point, it becomes the whole taking down the capital to get rid of the Hunger Games. Take down the Hunger Games. Essentially. Yeah, that's where the I volunteer as tribute comes from. Yeah, essentially that's where it comes from. The I volunteer as tribute, it comes from that. Of Katniss volunteering to take her sister's place. Because her sister was originally chosen to be in the Hunger Games, but... she didn't want her sister to go, so she volunteered. I guess, like, that's the general scheme of things, like... of the Hunger Games. That's just slavery with extra steps. I mean, it was essentially kind of like a method of control. To the districts of like, oh yeah, if you rebel, well, this is what's gonna happen to you. Another main character is I and the Hunger Games are making it through tons of crazy obstacle course. Who's I? Was AI and the Hunger Games are making it through a ton of crazy obstacle courses. But yeah, that's kind of like the general gist of it. It was slavery. The game didn't shy out of calling out totalitarian regimes. I guess so. Then the actual Hunger Games is just Fortnite, no build mode. I think it means the monkey ball joke we made. Oh, I was like, I was like, oh, right, the monkey? I forgot about I. I forgot about her. I'm so sorry, I. Chiaki forgot about I and the monkey Hunger Games. I forgot about the monkey Hunger Games. It came back to me, the repressed memories. Yeah, I remember now, yeah. Having to go through the terrible obstacle course just so her siblings could get some food on the table. But yeah, that's essentially the very bare bones version of the plot of the Hunger Games. From what I can remember, because I don't know what they're doing nowadays with like the whole like, oh yeah, but now the origin story of like the mentor and whatnot, and I don't even know what they're doing nowadays. But the general gist was that I guess they just try to give story to everybody, like Snow as to why he did what he did and yada yada yada. Yeah. My bad, Chief. Didn't mean to stir up your repressed monkey ball memories. The last book and next movie will be about Haymitch. That's the trainer guy, wasn't it? Like the guy who trained Katniss and Peeta, I think? Is the Hunger Games series still going? Yup. It is. Apparently. Because they're still gonna make a movie. But Chiaki recommended the Hunger Games, so you have so much about it, you get my attention. Plus, I'd like to delve into my Oshi's interest. I mean, if it's your type of thing, like... Yeah, the other only survivor from District Health. Is it like Attack on Titan where the plot go a million places? I wouldn't say the plot goes a million places. It's just like... things that don't really need to be explained. It's kind of like... we're just gonna pad out things. Of like, oh yeah, like it doesn't really need to be explained, but you know, I guess if people really want to, you can have that. I mean, I get like explaining Snow's motivation and whatnot, but it's kind of like, do you really need it? Like, Snow was just essentially evil mech bad. Like, you don't really need more than that. I mean, I don't mind trying something new, especially if it might be good. I mean, I enjoyed it when I read it, but I don't know if I, like... Nowadays, I would, like, recommend it. No, Chiaki. They need to explain it all for one very important reason. The money. Luckily, the premise is vague enough, and they're just giving the spotlight to some important characters of the original trilogy. I guess so. Like, it was vague enough that I guess you can technically get away with it. But... yeah, from what you said, it sounds like they keep making stuff for characters that don't really need explaining. Like, honestly, like, I didn't read the Hunger Games and was like, what is Haymitch's story? Like, I didn't really go like, oh yeah, I need to know what happened to that guy. I guess, like, it's nice if you're curious to know about that, but, like, you don't really need it. You get what I mean? Like, the plot moves along and everything still happens without you knowing that information. Like, it's like, do I need to know that? Not really, but it's there if you want to. You say Snow. I only get images of Final Fantasy 13 Sarah's fiance. Oh, not that Snow. Who cares about Haymitch? I feel like it's not necessary to explain the villain's backstory when the main story is already over. Yeah, it's kind of like, you know, it's there, but like, do you really need it? In reality, yeah, it does feel like the author keeps milking the IP, but I guess it is what it is. I guess so. I mean, Hunger Games was very successful, but... it feels a bit like milking, in my opinion. It's like, at that point, you just kind of, you know, it's over. The story's over. You don't really need to give these people, like, these stories. It's kind of like, yeah, it shaped a generation, but it's kind of like... it's done, man. You need to let it go. The Hunger Games already ended. Yeah, I'd rather they just move on, since it really does sound like they keep trying to get every drop of Hunger Games money they can. Yeah, I don't know if it's still nearly as popular as it was. But, yeah, it just kind of feels like... it's not necessary, I feel, but... you know... do you say the books are better than the movies or vice versa? Honestly... I didn't really feel that the movies did the story that much of a disservice. I think Mockingjay was like the one that got cut off the most, I think. Honestly, I haven't watched the movies and read the books in a while, so it's kind of hard for me to make a comparison right now. But I didn't think they cut off that much from what I remember. The age-old, this series has been going for too long syndrome. I feel like it overstayed its welcome, you know? It does feel like Hunger Games is getting milked. The same vibes I get from Toy Story and why I haven't watched past 3. Even though Toy Story is one of my favorite Disney films. That's fair. Kind of reminds you of J.K. Rowling and making the Fantastic Beasts or whatever. Like, the ending was good as it was. You don't need to keep expanding the universe. It's clearly just a money grab. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like... sure, like, sometimes you kind of, like... you like a universe so much you don't want it to end. But at one point, it just starts to feel like... you're just dragging things along just for the sake of doing it. And by good, I mean I hate Harry Potter. Oh, it's not bad, huh? Definitely not as popular as the first movie. It was a cultural phenomenon. Well, now it's just kind of around. Yeah. I mean, the whole ballad of, like, snakes and whatever it was, I was like, oh, I didn't even know this existed. I was kind of just like, oh, this exists? I didn't even know that. Fantastic Beasts is the definition of milking a franchise. They even changed the IP from Harry Potter to Wizarding World. Jeez. Not that bad, huh? It reaches the point where it overstays its welcome. Yeah, I get making things in the same universe, but it gets to a point you just need to move on. Yeah. I would much rather just have something else, you know? Like, sure, I enjoyed the Hunger Games when it, you know, while it lasted. But at this point, I'm kind of just like, they're still going? You know, it feels weird. It kind of feels like it should have ended. Like, it was a thing from its time, but it needs to, you know, needs to stop, man. Okay, well, I guess I don't hate Harry Potter anymore. I hate the Wizard World. The Wizard World. That is fair. At a certain point, expanding stories just becomes... this happened. Yeah, this one random event, thumbs up. It loses the magic. it really just loses the magic because you're not making anything new. You're kind of just expanding upon, you know, the same thing you had before. As an ex-Simpsons fan, I know how bad it can get when a series refuses to end. Oh, yeah, The Simpsons is very well known for that. I think it's one of like the most infamous examples of something that has overstayed its welcome. It really is just the reaction to hearing it's still around. Just wait, it's not dead yet? Yeah? Well, I felt weird. It wasn't they did more Hunger Games, but they did a century later after the story ending. I don't know if it really was a... I wouldn't call it a century later. I mean, the Hunger Games is not 100 years old. The Simpsons is the example. Yeah, it's the prime example. Marvel movies are such a milk franchise too. Like, bro, I don't want to watch like a dozen TV shows, 30 movies, just so I can keep up with a character and reference. Yeah. Oh, SpongeBob, yeah. SpongeBob just feels like it got so diluted. It makes me sad. SpongeBob used to have really good humor. Like, you would find like a SpongeBob reference for anything. It was so good. Nowadays, it's like... Is the new Hunger Games just filler, but for movies? You could say it's technically filler because the main story concluded like a while ago. It's just like, you know, if you really are interested in the lore, you can kind of just have this, I guess. You don't really need it, but, you know. I'm saying a century later in a matter of speaking. But, yeah. We don't talk about modern SpongeBob, it's soulless, yeah. New SpongeBob is a mere shadow of its former self. It barely even feels like the same show anymore. It's a bunch of attempts to make viral clips for TikTok. It's so sad, man. Speaking of SpongeBob, though, really happy to see you play Drawn live. Since I was planning on getting the 2 games to the main franchise, so now you can have a taste of the gameplay. I'm curious, because I don't think I played any of the Drawn 2 live games before. So I'm kind of curious how they play. I especially feel that way for Halo. As much as I've grown to dislike Reach, it would have been infinitely better to end it. Ended there since Bungie was done with Halo. Halo is milked so badly now. Man. Haven't caught out on any new reaction images from new SpongeBob. Because it just doesn't hit the same. Like, when you see reaction images, it's mostly just from old SpongeBob. What I really dislike from the series like SpongeBob and Simpsons is that they go into more gross content and humor. Like, some pictures I've seen of SpongeBob are so cursed. Yeah, it's... I kind of like the clever humor that SpongeBob used to have. SpongeBob used to have really good humor. And now it's kind of like... I don't know, it's just kind of grotesque, man. Oh, God. Is Futurama still going? I love the original run. Wasn't too big on the reboot. I have no clue on Futurama. No clue. They're really fun and you can stretch your art skills a bit since they have you draw a lot of random silly things. Really? I haven't played Drawn to Life in 10 years, so looking forward to seeing if it holds up. Didn't Futurama end? I don't know. I don't follow Futurama, I'll be real. So, I'm not too sure. Oh yeah, Halo is a dead corpse puppeted by Microsoft in desperation. Didn't they say they were gonna remove Halo from, like, Xbox or something and it was gonna go to Sony? Came back last year? Oh god. I think OG SpongeBob was written by literal marine biology PhDs, if I recall. What was the name of the guy? Stephen Hilberg, I think? I think he was like a marine biologist. I think so. But I do remember hearing something about like marine biologist experts being involved. But yeah, it's so sad, man. The creator of SpongeBob was a marine biologist, yeah. Yeah, Halo's going to PS5, but it's being changed, so I'm not sure if it'll be even good. Halo's getting ported to PS5 now because everything is an Xbox now, even a PlayStation. They're giving Sony Halo. I remember hearing something like that. Yeah, Stephen Hilberg was a marine biologist and a really funny guy. Drawn to Life. I didn't notice when I wrote the tweet of the schedule, but I love Drawn to Life games. They're so much fun to play. I'm excited to see you play the SpongeBob one. Yeah, the SpongeBob one is the one that I have. So... I thought it would be a good excuse to try it out. But yeah, I'm kinda curious how they play. But yeah, I did remember hearing that Halo is getting ordered to, like, Sony's gonna handle Halo now apparently. I never really played Halo, but one of my cousins, he does really like Halo a lot. So he has kind of like told me how things have gone downhill for Halo, which is, man, like he's a pretty big Halo fan. Must be harsh. RIP exclusives. Xbox has exclusives since when? Since when? I don't remember Xbox having exclusives. I think it's still Microsoft making the Halo games, just now they're gonna be on PlayStation now. So that's what's gonna happen. Halo peaked at 3 and went downhill from there. Halo got a remake on Unreal Engine 5 or PS5. And it just looks like Unreal Engine game. Given recent announcements, I don't think Xbox is going to be around for long. I mean, to be fair, they kind of like, what's it called? They kind of just opted to do the game streaming thing that they have. What's it called? Game Pass? I wonder if Halo 5 will be added to PC. Halo 3 was the last real Halo game. Jet Set Radio Future. It's not only getting ported to PS5, the PS5 is getting a Halo 1 remake reboot, but it's not exclusive to PS5. It's weird because Halo 1 already got one sort of remake. People joke about PS5 having no games, but Xbox hasn't had them since the Xbox One. Xbox doesn't have exclusives anymore. They barely even have a console nowadays. They got outsold on Black Friday by a rip-off Kinect! Okay, that's actually kind of sad. That's actually kind of sad. Big oof on that. I'm still bitter about humans being forerunners was retconned with Halo 4, because everything regarding the Bungie games revolve around that. I just bought Halo 3 on Steam like 3 days ago, cause like $2 on sale. Never actually played Halo 3 and was quite surprised how well it held up. Interesting. The more you know. Apparently heard Sony might dial down and stop porting their exclusives to PC. I think so. I think I remember seeing something like that too. I guess they're trying to go back to the era of like exclusives. So they're planning to dial down on like porting to PC. Yeah, Xbox may generally just become a dev like Sega and is no longer able to make consoles at this rate. Yeah, I feel like that kind of seems like the path that they're gonna take. At least from what it seems at the moment. Unless suddenly things change, but doesn't seem to be, so I guess it's only a matter of waiting and seeing. I wrote the title. Wolf Among Us didn't work. Wolf Among Us is broken. It's been on the title. I guess it wasn't as clear as I thought it would be, but yeah, Wolf Among Us is broken. Maybe I should make a pinned message at this point. Let me write this. Wolf Among Us is broke. Wolf Among Us game. But yeah, Wolf Among Us game is broken. I think it was the Wolf Among Us, not that. Not that one. Wolf Among Us game is broken, so we are chatting instead. When I first saw the title, I thought it was something happening in the story of the game. Instead of the game being dead. Oh no. It was supposed to just be that, like the game broke. Okay, I'm pinning this. There you go. Can they put Bloodborne to PC before they stop so I can see what everyone that loves the game is talking about? I wonder if they'll do that. Would be interesting to see if they decide to actually port it. It's true. Yeah, I guess we'll have to see. Without the concept of the first stream, I guess it's just not as clear. Yeah. I guess so, yeah. I remember the Katsu among us. Should have had a single line of tears rolling down the old man cheek on the thumbnail, and that was pain. I mean, I didn't really edit the thumbnail because I accidentally ended the stream. So... that's why I'm probably gonna change it on the VOD. Since I was just kind of trying to set up the stream quickly. I didn't really set up like that. Bloodborne is never getting ported. Ooh. Right, apparently Sony told me Yasaki straight up the Bloodborne PC would never happen. Wait, really? That's crazy. I thought like maybe there would still be kind of like hope of it like happening. But yeah, if they were like told to not make it happen, then that kind of makes it less likely. Yeah, you didn't really have a chance to set up anything to think of a name. Since you had to remake the waiting room so fast, yeah, so we kind of just like set it up really quickly. So I didn't really like think about it. It's confirmed Sony turned down twice remake Bloodborne because they couldn't come in terms, so Miyazaki went in full control of his creation. I wouldn't be surprised to keep Bloodborne on PlayStation just because it's one of the few exclusives people would actually care about. Yeah, it might just be a rumor, but the reason why we've never gotten a Bloodborne remake is because Miyazaki said he will approve it if there was a PC port, but Sony said they wouldn't allow it. They're really just holding on to that exclusive to dear life, huh? Really just holding on as much as they can. Ooh. Man. Crazy. Man, because I know people have been asking for like that, like, remake for a while. Not a remake, but I guess a port. For like quite a bit. So kinda sad that apparently that's just not possible. But I wonder why they're so insistent on Bloodborne though. Like on Bloodborne not getting ported to PC. Because they ported like a bunch of other games, so why is that one like just not possible or not an option, I guess. That's kind of like what I'm curious about. Like why is that one just not a I guess a choice. The game must stay on the big metal brick or there's no game, I guess. Yeah, even just a port, not even a full remake. So it's well why they're so protective of it. Yeah, it just kind of like surprises me why they're so protective of it in comparison to like all the other games that used to be exclusives on PlayStation and no longer are exclusives. The studio which recently closed, which remade Demon's Souls and Shadow Colossus, they wanted to do a Bloodborne remake, but instead they made them work into a live service God of War game. Exactly, you think they'll keep all the other games as well, so why not Bloodborne? Yeah, that's the one I don't get. One thing that really set me off in the Halo remake is the legendary look like the jokes since the AI never seemed to try pressuring you or try to stay alive. Someone clinging to the rotting corpse of Bloodborne, refusing to let it go is somehow very Bloodborne-esque. Is it somehow on-themed? I mean, I can't say that I know too much about Bloodborne itself, so... Would it be kind of ironic if it was somehow on theme with this entire thing? But yeah, pretty odd, if I say so myself, as to why they're so, I guess, stubborn with that. I think it's a big licensing issue because Sony owns the IP, but from software are the developers, so any disagreements will be complicated. Isn't it the same people who made the other Souls games? So how come, like... essentially, like, the other Soul games are, like, fine to have on, you know, on other platforms, but not that one. I guess that's kind of, like, the main thing for me. It's like, truly makes you wonder. You know that they made from FromSoft mad at Sony because they went out and partnered with Nintendo of all companies for an exclusive? Oh, right, that game. I don't remember when that game was supposed to release. I don't know if it's out already. But I do remember that that was supposed to release. I don't know if it already released. Yeah, they made all the other Souls games, but Sony doesn't own them like Bloodborne. I guess because Bloodborne was like the exclusive, that's why. I'm assuming that's why. When does it release? Not soon enough. That's when, because I want it now. Good question. Did they even give a release date? I don't remember if they give a release date. I was like, is it already out or? Because I have no clue. I think the disagreement was that Sony wanted Bloodborne to remain exclusive to PlayStation consoles and From Software wants to be available everywhere. I mean, I guess if it was made as an exclusive initially. That reminds me that Game Freak had a game at the Xbox Direct. Oh, is it the Beast of Reincarnation game? I think that's what it's called. Is it that game? Oh, about time I unlock his side story. I've kind of just been grinding on the side. I was trying to unlock Yoshido's last side story that I need to do all the stuff I can do before actually having to do main story stuff. Boss, if that game was out, I wouldn't be here. I would be lying comatose on my couch after having binged it for 50+ hours. Beast of Reincarnation or the exclusive with the exclusive with Nintendo. Have you been getting Yashido's stuff? I was trying to get his last side story. Yes. Are you playing TMS over Yap? I told you I needed to do something. I needed to do something. At first I was just running around, and then I was like, oh, I could probably just try to grind his last side story that I need. While we yap. Any interesting side stories we missed? Well, I saw Yashido's first side story. And it was definitely something, I'll tell you that. I don't know what I expected, but it wasn't what I got. Yashido's side story as boring as his personality, it made me question how this man is alive. Because apparently, dude didn't know he had to eat to survive. And because he had, like, his assistant. And since he fired his assistant when he joined the agency that we're in, he was like, I'm starving, what do I do? And I'm like, you eat. And he was like, oh no, I don't know what to do. Like, how does one stop starvation? And then he passed out at the cafe because we couldn't get him to eat. It was such an odd side story. I was just like, what is wrong with this guy? How is he alive? How does he exist? Poor guy forgot how to eat. It's like, I don't have my assistant to tell me what to bring me food, so I guess I'll starve. And I'm like, how is this man alive? And essentially, you have to take him to the cafe, and he doesn't even eat because he essentially sees you like be expressive about like food, and he's like, how does one do that? I do not understand, because I do not eat if eating does not contribute to my acting, I do not eat, which causes Mamori to crash out at him because it's like, you do not understand the joy of eating and whatever. And he's like, I don't get it. So then they have Itsuki just eat food and describe it very vividly. Bro is literally a Tamagotchi. He's like a Tamagotchi, yeah. Was bro being fed by his assistant since birth? I think so. How did he live? That's what I want to know. And Mamori was crashing out because she has the cooking show, so being told that eating is not necessary made her crash out. And honestly, I don't blame her, because how does this man exist? So instead they just have Itsuki review food. So like, Yashido can figure out the joys of eating, and then at the end, he joins Mamori's cooking show, and it was very surreal. I thought I was like watching a fever dream, because he was acting like very like excited, and his voice was different, and it threw me off. And yeah, he's a character, alright. He's one of those people. I could never be friends with someone who only views food as calories. Yeah, he's one of those. Eating is like breathing. Sometimes you just forget how to breathe. If you did, you would just be dead. Eating contributes to his acting. He's more hopeless than I imagined. Why does Itsuki keep becoming the food reviewer? First the donut, now this. Yep. That does sound like a complete fever dream. It was a very weird side quest. Excited Yashio sounds cursed. It was very cursed. Like, very, very cursed. This game is so silly sometimes. I think his quest was called The Hungry Man. And I'm like, what? Wait, people does not normally forget to eat? I mean, not to the point of literally being like, how does one stop starvation? And it's like, you eat, and it's like, huh? What? Yeah, she's just a weird guy. He's a weird guy. The Hungry Man was my nickname in high school. Yeah, he's called like the Hungry Man. That's the name of his quest. So yeah. It was definitely a quest of all time. And I'm kind of afraid what his second quest is gonna be. I'm sorry, Yoshimasa Hosoya. Not even your voice acting can redeem this man. Yeah, I know he's so unlikable and a jerk, but if I met someone like him, I couldn't help but worry about the guy. The Hungry Man. I think his former title was like Cold-Hearted something, and now his title is Proud Gourmet for some reason. After I did his first side quest. His first side story. I'm scared what his next side story could be because, it was a very weird side story, I'll tell you that. I don't know where you can go from here. The Hungry Man to the Hunger Games? Okay. The Dangerous Relations? No, I don't want... No. Apparently his next side quest is called The Dangerous Relations. And it tells me that I need to be level 52. Which I'm not. The Hungry Man is up there with On the Beach for names. And for me, so I need the Hungry Man on the beach. 52? Yeah, it wants me to be level 52. I'm not level 52. Oh, God. The Hungry Man. Yeah, Danger Relations. Level 52. I fear for his sanity. Yeah, I think this one does have an actual battle. The other one was more like a little, like, silly, like, more story-driven quest. But since this one does ask me for a level recommendation, I think I am actually battling things here. What level are you right now? Around like 49, 48. Yashito's level 51, but that's just because I was trying to increase his stage rank. So he's a bit higher on the levels than everybody. I think Itsuki is right behind him at level 50. And Ellie as well, level 50. Yeah, they have to level. It probably needs some sort of fight. Yeah, if it has level recommendation, I am... At that point, I think it does. It is asking for, like, a fight. I was trying to think of his friendship quest will be making sure this man stays alive. Quest, keep him alive. At least you got the grinding dungeon if you need levels, I suppose. Yeah, I'm, like, debating whether I should just, like, grind the levels to 52. But I'm also, like, would I end up being, like, too OP for the actual story quest that I have to do? Or... Because I don't know if this quest is just intended after, like, the main story one. Because I don't know what the next boss level is gonna be. Mission objective. Yashio survives. Keep him alive. Keep this man alive. That's the objective. Next Yashio quest, he forgets he needs to breathe. Breathing doesn't help with his acting, so I guess he doesn't do it, I guess. Oh, God. Yeah, it's quite something. I ended up not actually, I guess, playing the game. Or, like, streaming the game. Because originally I was like, oh, maybe I'll play it on stream today because Wolf Among Us didn't work. But... I essentially just ended up yapping for as long as we did. It's alright. Even if you are OP, just means it'll be much easier dealing with what's coming next. I mean, to be fair, I feel like the bosses just kind of, like, steamroll you anyway, even if you're a few levels above. So I don't know how much difference it'll make me being a few levels above the boss. Yapping has been fun. Yeah, I had fun yapping. We haven't had, like, I guess, like, a yapping stream in a while. Even if, like, that wasn't really the intention. I mean, I know I usually just, like, yap a little bit before we move on to the game. to kind of, I guess, give people time to drop by if they haven't dropped by yet. But yeah, I mean, there's been a few times where I've just been like, I kind of want a game. We game and I'm playing game. Thanks for the yapping. It's always fun. Yeah, either way, the levels don't matter a ton. It's more about learning how to not instantly die. Yeah. That's essentially kind of how it is with these bosses. It's kind of like, just learn how to not die. Because most of the time, the first time, you're gonna get steamrolled anyway. So it's just about learning how to survive. Objective survive. Yeah, there was one of the extra story, the EX story bosses. That boss was oof. It was very hard the first time, and then I figured out a strategy, and then I beat it the second time. Technically, the members one was a bit of a yapping stream, but I don't mind 2 yaps. It's been really fun. Having a yapping mood. It's always super fun to get to talk to you. Yacky yaps are always a fun and comfy time. I guess technically the member stream one, but it was supposed to be more of a hand cam while I was working on the Katsu, which I did try to use the iron for it. It didn't like, it was not super uniform, but you know, it worked out kinda. It might not look like the best, but I think it was okay for a first attempt. Do you know I could be yapping with you all day? Cause you make everything a fun time. If I were by myself, I would just be in silence, and with Aki's never boring. Aw, thank you. Do you get the rest of the beats to work or no? I think the ones on the feed are kind of like still a little bit loose. Your yaps are pretty peak. A good substitute for a stupid game that doesn't want to work. It just decided not to work today. Even though I was kind of excited for Wolf Among Us. So it's a bit sad. It decided to be complicated today. Man, even though it worked just fine before. It turned out really well for your first time. It was really cute. Thank you. I wasn't sure how long I was supposed to iron the beads. So that's why some of them ended up like melting. Because I was like, are they supposed to melt? Or am I supposed to like not get them to like that point? Wolf Among Us is just shy. You have to pretend you're not excited. Is that what it is? Your yap deserves that ice cream. Does it though? But yeah. You would want to empathize about first time performance and such. You might say first time with the bead figure, but for me it was the cutest. I would keep it at my home. Aw, thank you. I just wanted it to look nice, but yeah, I ended up like not. It ended up being like the beads melted at some point, and then at other points I needed a little bit more heat, especially like on the little like feet, because some of the beads at the feet ended up falling off. Yeah, you better get that ice cream after the stream, boss. I don't care if you microwave it or not. They're never gonna let me live that one down. Where will the Katsu be displayed? I have him on my shelf. I have it on the gaming shelf. He's guarding the games. That's his job. He's the guardian of the games. I would say that's a very important job. Very important job for the little wolf. Yeah, I wonder why you stopped eating the beads. Literally halfway there. I mean, I didn't stop eating them. Like, I did, like, essentially put the iron around all of them. Like, but for some reason, the heat just didn't distribute evenly when I was doing it. Like, I would, like, pass the iron around the entire figure, but, like, it didn't distribute evenly. Feed Katsu and Pablo, the guardians of the games. Exactly. It was nice. Besides what you learned from this experience, will only ensure you will do an even better job next time. That is true. I'm not sure we're going to be a good guard, but just steal the games. Don't steal the games! You're supposed to guard the games, not steal them. Swipe or no swiping. You're supposed to guard the games. That's not uncommon for irons. They often have pretty poor heat distribution, so you gotta move them around a lot to gradually heat things up evenly. Like, I was moving it around a fair bit, but the heat just didn't distribute the way that I wanted it to. Guardian of the games is one of the highest positions in Night Lena with unlimited PTO. Exactly. Sorry, T, I can play your 3 houses copy and you can't stop me, no! Actually, you can't even play that copy because I already used all the save files. Ha 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 ha. That's my copy. You can play your copy on my save files, with most of them being the church route because I was trying to speedrun support. Oh, I was just trying to speedrun supports in 3 houses. Like, the only ones I think I couldn't get were the Edelgard ones. Edelgard and Hubert. I think you can still get Hilda's. I don't remember. I would say it would delete a save, but I'm not as evil. Evil behavior. Why would you delete a save? Just keep battling Rhea for like the gazillion time, because that's what most of the saves are. It's just the Rhea battle over and over. Because that's where I saved. So like, since after that, you kind of just get you get to choose who you marry. Well, you get to the scene of who you marry, because you have to choose before you enter that battle. So I just saved there to make it like faster. Do you know there's 3 houses references in Bluey? There's 3 houses references in Bluey? That's so random. Alright, bet. Rhea's going down. I remember I would just use different units to like land the final hit on Rhea. I remember I used Seth's just for the funny. Also, I finally finished archiving the other stream. It is preserved for the Night Luna archives. The 56-minute rant on the Hunger Games. But yes, I guess that could be preserved. I suppose you can preserve that. I suppose. But I am still deleting the 56-minute VOD. I'm not keeping that VOD. It's gonna get Thanos snap. You have been warned. The warning has been issued. And it will disappear. No! I mean, there's no point in keeping it. There's literally 0 point in keeping it. Oh, 7. Goodbye. 56-minute VOD. They have a scene with some names on boxes. They had Dimitri missing an eye for the eye patch. Claude upside down in Edelgard. Someone's reaching out their hand like the song. That's crazy. That's crazy that they will actually reference like 3 houses in Bluey. I don't know if it was intentional or not, but it's such a wild thing to reference. But that was 57 minutes of peak Chiaki yapping. It's fine. You'll survive. You'll survive without it. But for now, it must disappear. Forever. Delete forever. Yes. Goodbye. Goodbye, 56 minutes that were not Wolf Among Us. I'm gonna have to think of what thumbnail am I even gonna make. I would just make a random one since this was just a Satsu, I guess. I guess since this one was just a Satsu, I don't really have to make like a crazy thumbnail. Nope, I won't survive. I exploited already, but don't worry, it got better. It just got better? How does that work? Yeah, I just learned it the other day, and they also have an Employee of the Month board, and Edelgard, Hubert, Casper, and Ferdinand are there. That is so random, though. Oh, they just made those references. Are they even allowed to make those references anyway? Makes me wonder. Bluey 3 houses reference. Edelgard, Dimitri, and Claude's names appear in Bluey episode something. Find out why. Oh, Dimitri. The fact they went the extra mile and made Claude upside down in text form. That's so random that they kind of just like write those names. I've been trying to type something that's not going through. Oh, is YouTube doing that thing again? It's very much legally distinct versions. Man, I mean, they kind of have to do legally distinct versions. Someone said, I finally saw Joel's dog cameo in season 2. Joel? Like, who's that? The Last of Us guy? YouTube again, yeah. Yeah, YouTube. I don't know if YouTube is still like, I don't know. YouTube is still kind of like finicky. I think it's still kind of finicky if I remember. You realize the boxes in the background were the Fire Emblem 3 houses and mismatched colors? Kind of crazy that they just write the names though. Of like these random things. Legally distinct Cyany. Yeah, I think they have heard a lot of random references in the show from what I've heard. Just casually just writing down their names. Even have Claude upside down. I was trying to say your beat creation was the best thing ever. Not only because you made it, but you decided to make it about us. And it was such a sweet gesture. Aww, thank you. I just thought it would be nice to make like the first beat creation via Katsu. I like how recommendations broke pretty recently. Did recommendations break on YouTube? How did it break though? Is it just like not showing recommendations or something? I haven't really noticed like YouTube recommendations breaking, unless you mean the fact that it kind of shows like mostly the same ones. I've been seeing like for the YouTube what's it called? For You page? I mostly just get the same videos. I swear this website's literally together. It's literally held together by sticks and glue. It kind of is. Any plans for a beat art boss? Maybe if I feel like it, I might do like other ones, but I don't know if I'll make like a stream about it. It definitely was really sweet of you to make us the first beat art you did. It was really cute idea. I thought it would be kind of cute to try like making like a bead katsu, and was like, oh yeah, why not make it like the first bead creation? I wish it had turned out at least a little bit better, but you know, it be what it be. It was when they couldn't load at one point. I kind of just feel like I get the same videos recommended to me for like my YouTube recommendations, and I don't know why. Like it's always the same few videos, and I'm just like, Like I don't know why that's the case. Don't say that. It turned out adorable. Ooh, I'm glad you guys still like it though. It'll be nice to see a small bead art occasionally. It's just funny you chose the smuggest version of us. I mean, it was the one that wasn't like an easier position to do. I've definitely been ending up with the same spam of videos to the point I have to force reset it by watching random stuff. Yeah, I swear I've gotten like the Fire Emblem Family Feud like 5 times. Each recommendations has 2 modes. Literally the same videos you already watch, or watch one video about a topic and it consumes your entire feed. Yeah, I've had a lot of videos that I already watched. I already watched the Fire Emblem Family Feud, and that one keeps appearing. Then I ended up watching this one about Fire Emblem Fates because it ended up like on my recommendation a lot. I just had to click on don't recommend and it'll go away. And then, what else is there here? Oh, right, I keep getting, like, this video of, like, after years of hating on Fire Emblem, I finally tried it in. Yeah, it keeps doing the thing where it's bouncing with rewatches and I hate it. I keep getting the video of, like, the guy that was like, oh, I hated Fire Emblem for years. Why? Because it wasn't Smash, and then I just roll my eyes. Then I just proceed to roll my eyes again because it's like you're not the first one that keeps saying this. Like I would understand if it was because like, oh, it was because of like, I don't know, the fan service and Fates. I'm like, okay, sure. But that game is also very different from like what the rest of the games ended up being, but you know. And then like I saw a little bit of it and it was like, oh, because of Smash, and I was like, oh, okay. It's always that. Literally, it's always that same excuse. It's because of Smash. I'm like, oh, okay. I saw that one on my feed too, but I refused to watch it. I kind of just like rolled my eyes at that because it's not the first time I've heard that. It's like, it's always that excuse. If it was because of almost any other reason, like the gameplay, writing, or even they don't like anime-style games, it wouldn't have been fine, but nope, Smash. Like, if it was because like, oh, I just don't like strategy games, I'm like, okay, sure. Or like, oh, I just don't like the story, and I'm like, okay, sure. But then it's like, it's Smash, and I'm like, ugh, okay. Like, I would accept it for any other reason except Smash. Because that's not even like, you know, part of like the actual game, you know what I mean? It's just like, oh yeah, it's because I had a cameo in something else. And I'm like, that's kind of like the main thing for me. Like, if it was because of something that is actually inherently present in the series, I'm like, sure, okay, that's respectable. But if it's just because of a cameo that it just made in a different franchise, it's kind of like... It's kind of like saying, I refuse to play any Mario games because of Mario Kart. This might just be a tiny idea, but I was thinking, would you like to have a tag where we leave you like video recommendations and stuff? As Mario hates slings. I kind of just feel like I don't really want to have another tag for that. Just because like it adds an extra tag that I would have to be checking every so often. So I feel like there's ways to kind of get around Mario's to posting links. I think if you put like a dot or something between the link, I think it allows the link to go through. But I feel like having another tag to like keep track of might be too much. Yeah, especially when even nowadays I feel like I think some of the tags that I have, I'm like, they don't really get used as much, so I kind of debate keeping them around. So I can always break the link. True, you can always just break the link. Mario hates slings, but they still go through, even if you just separate the lines. Yeah, I wouldn't want you to add another tag when some of them don't even get used as much already. Yeah, that's kind of like the main thing. If anything, like, I've debated, like, either just, like, removing some tags altogether just because they don't get used. So I'm like, like, if anything, it's more of a... Should I remove tags other than, like, add more? So yeah, there's ways to like break links through Maros. If there's like a video recommendation you would like to send, base 64 encode the link in Maros, so never know. Ooh. Not the encoding links. Then at that point I would have to decode them. But yeah, at that point I would just say, just break the link through Maros, and I can probably just like put it together. I feel like that makes it easier than having to keep track of like another tag. Maya. It be what it be. Going to start sending all my links in binary. Why? Why would you make it more difficult? But you love puzzles, boss. Says who? Why are you gonna make it more complicated? In a world where things are so complicated, you're supposed to make it simpler, not harder. Come on now. Why would you do that? Just make it straightforward, man. Just do it straightforward. I would appreciate that more, I would say. I would say that goes higher in the appreciation hierarchy than making me actually do a puzzle just to see the link. Because if I'm doing a puzzle to see the link, it better be a really good link. It better be a life-changing video. Hey, you do it to us. We still don't know what your binary and your cape says. That's different though. That's different. Because it's special. You know? The binary on my cape is special. You'll figure out the meaning someday. Going to send a rickroll in binary? Oh god, I'm not gonna open it. It's life-changing, not the rickroll, man. Anything but the rickroll. It's only a suggestion anyway. It's just that I wanted us to have a more reliable way to have things to watch. But I guess that's also a way to do it. Yeah, I would say Mars is still a better way. How do we send a puzzle? No, don't send me puzzles. That's the best part. You'll never know until it's too late. Then I would just not open any links. I refuse. At that point, all of them get sent to the ether. No, my plan foiled. All of them straight to the ether. Sending menacing poems that are a big puzzle and uncovers a tubular mystery. Why? Why menacing poems? That's scary, man. Whatever it is, I feel like straightforward is the best way. Doesn't Chiaki want to do latent puzzles before watching stuff? No. Absolutely not. Who said that I wanted to? You're talking to someone who literally dropped Professor Layton. I mean, it wasn't even like my copy. It was also because like a classmate of mine, she always tried to get me to do latent puzzles at like 7 AM in high school. And I was like, why are you like this? I'm already not a morning person and you want me to puzzle at 7 AM? Get out of here. Like, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that nonsense. Why at 7 AM? I don't know. It was like when we were always like, before class started, she'd be like, Chiaki, I brought my DS with Professor Layton. And I look and I was like, okay, I'll watch you play. And she was like, no, I want you to do the puzzles. I'm like, I'm already not a morning person. You can't do this to me, man. Was it the friend that got you into FE or a different one? It was a different one. It wasn't the same one, no. At 7 AM, I can barely even tie my own shoes at 7 AM. I would just be like lying on my desk like, I don't want to get up, man. I don't want to have class. And she would be like, oh yeah, I brought Professor Layton for you to do puzzles. And I'm like, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. So yeah, I think that's why like my brain just kind of dreads Professor Layton in a way. Because it brings back those memories. It brings back the repressed memories of that. Of her trying to force me to do Professor Layton puzzles at 7 AM before class started. And I would just be like, why? Why, man? If you want to do puzzles so badly, you can do it yourself. I don't want to do it. I ain't solving any puzzle at 7 AM. That's how you wake up, Chiaki. Some stretches and some puzzling. Let me go back to sleep. Only brain dead games at early morning or late night for me. Exactly. I need something brain dead. Already suffering knowing you have the math test. And then the friend's just like, oh boy, 7 AM, time for Layton. And I'm like, no. No, 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 no. I don't want to do Professor Layton puzzles at 7 AM. Terrible news. Absolutely terrible news. It was not fun. Maybe that's why I dread Professor Layton. It's just associated with that. Because it just brings back those memories. I didn't think you had a bad memory from Professor Layton. Now I feel so wrong I bought you that Professor Layton-like game. Nah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's just like, I feel like maybe that's kind of why I dread Professor Layton a little bit. Like, I've heard lots of praise from the games. Just kind of, like, dreaded because of that. Because of that impression that I got from them. The Pascal reaction. Yeah, and it was always, like, the most obtuse puzzles, too. And I'm like, why do you do this to me? Like, why do you do this to me, man? I thought we were friends. I thought we were supposed to be friends. She did buy me a cake for my birthday that one time. So I thought we were friends. Friends don't do this to other friends. I can see why you might be a little worried to start the Ace Attorney collab once. It's gonna have the puzzles too. Yeah, I've heard that it's really good though. But the Professor Layton part I dread a little bit. I fear no man, but that thing looks at Professor Layton. That thing scares me. He scares me. Narrative puzzle games do be pretty obtuse. That's why more logical games like Sudoku are better. Ugh, not Sudoku. 7 a.m. man. Did she like send you the mathematical puzzle by any chance? Because Layton got many of those. I don't remember, man. It was just a very obtuse puzzle. It was like weirdly obtuse, and I looked at it and I was like, I don't want to do that. Oh god, so you probably aren't getting a playthrough of the new Professor Layton game? I don't think so. Oh, keep your friend close and the puzzle solvers closer. I've heard it's really good, but I can see why the Layton sections are daunting. Yeah. The Layton sections just kind of sound so daunting to me that I'm like, ugh. I'd rather just do the Ace Attorney ones. I don't want to do the Layton ones. But I get it. It's a crossover, so you have to have both gameplays. So I'm like, I don't know. Maybe if I play the crossover, maybe I will grow to like Layton, and my brain won't be so against it. It won't be so against Layton and his puzzles. But I'll only find that out once I get around to playing the crossover. Whenever that is. Whenever that happens. Whenever I get around to doing that. Which I don't know when that will be. There's too many games that I want to play. Not enough time. Tis hard. Tis hard, tis hard. Maybe the crossover will kick you off your love for the Layton series. Maybe. Maybe that's all I need. I just need Layton to be like secondary, I guess. To a crossover game. And maybe that would change everything. But I don't know. We'll see. We shall see, we shall see what happens. But yeah, let me see. I feel like I'm probably gonna wrap it up here. I'm getting kind of hungry and I do want to get some food. So I'm gonna see who's live. Who can we raid? I wonder if Daya's still live. I know she was gonna do 12-hour stream, but I don't know what time she was planning on ending. There really are too many games and not enough time. I'm still trying to get through my trails, but now I'm tempted by Pokopia. Oh yeah, Pokopia is getting really good reviews apparently from what I've seen. Alright, today is Daya's birthday stream, right? It is! Yeah, it's technically been like 4.5 hours, so we count the first stream. Yeah, technically speaking, yeah. It has been a bit already. Let me see... Maybe it'll be more Ace Attorney than Layton? Maybe, since TMS is more SMT than Fire Emblem. Either that, or it'll be kinda even. It's hard. I'm someone which is trying to reduce the games he started so I can finally start others. But you finish games so quickly, though. You finish games so quickly. You mentioned that you finished Resident Evil 1 and DuckTales before. I didn't get to reply to that because the message showed up as deleted. But you finish games insanely fast. Gee, I wish I finished games that fast. You think so? I do think so, yeah. Like, I wouldn't finish 2 games in a day, I don't feel. Remember, you're obligated to treat yourself to some delicious ice cream, because Mayoshi deserves only the best. It's 8:30 though. I don't know if it's time for ice cream though. Let's see. Who is Daya? Yeah, Daya's still live. Okay. I just wanted to double check if she was live. Apparently she still is live. I don't know if she's ending though. Let me see. It was the 3rd time I played Resident Evil 1, so it's not that impressive. I mean, I still think it's pretty impressive to being able to finish games that quickly though. DuckTales is a pretty short game. Let me see. There ain't any loss on what you can have ice cream, boss. Are there though? Thanks for the stream, Chiaki. Even if Wolf Among Us didn't work out today, it was really fun getting to yap with you instead. Since I wasn't a yapping mood anyways. Have a nice dinner night. Thank you. Yeah, even though it ended up being a yapping stream and not really a Wolf Among Us stream, I'll think what to do about the thumbnail, but yeah, I'll probably change that and remove the Wolf Among Us category. You did say you would get ice cream after stream. I mean, I also didn't think I would end stream after 8:30 though. But yeah. Let me see. Oh right, I was gonna double check if Nyaa wasn't ending. I don't remember if she was ending or not. Let me see. Nyaa Fortuna. Nyaa Fortuna. Let me... just making sure you guys can't hear it through my speakers. Doesn't sound like she's ending. I'm looking at Chad for cues if she's ending. That's usually what I do so you guys don't like, don't hear it through my speakers. I just look at Chad. If I see Chad is saying like goodbye or stuff, that's how I know. That's how I know if like if she's ending or not. But yeah, seems like she's not ending. Okay. We good then. It's alright. Besides, we can play Wolf Among Us another day and then the PlayStation. Yeah, I'll just have to get the PlayStation copy. Okay, let me see. Just making sure that YouTube did set up the raid. Yeah, that's my trick. Thanks for the stream, boss. It was a lot of fun yapping, even though plans for Wolf Among Us fell through. Make sure to get yourself something yummy. Also, I microwave my ice cream too. So real. You know they're wrapping up. You see the spam thanks for the stream message. That's how you know. You see like, oh, thanks for the stream. And I'm like, okay, they're ending. That's the easy way of knowing. That's how I know. If I can't like listen. The truth comes out now. What? What? What's wrong with my technique though? What's wrong with it? Let me see. Then there. To be honest, you're probably going to stream for a while, said it's her birthday. She did mention she was gonna do 12 hours, but I think she started early, so that's why I was like, I'm not sure if she was still going. Where's her, Yeah, I think it's fine. Okay. Here is the... She started pretty early. I think she only has like a few hours left. I think so. How long has she been live? She's been live for 9 hours. If she actually is streaming for 12 hours, then she should still have a few hours left. It says on YouTube she's been streaming for 9 hours already. Okay, here is the raid message. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day, night, afternoon, whichever time it is for you. And I shall see you guys tomorrow for Cat. The typing cat isekai game. Yeah, don't forget to say tubular. Very, very important. Very, very important. Must not forget. And I shall see you then. I shall see you tomorrow. So yeah. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Ciao. Bye-bye. 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 Where's the ending? There it is.